In the featherweight division, it's Steven Siler, 31, 5'10", 145. Both men with a 69-inch reach. You see a slight leg reach advantage going the way of Steven Siler. Lance Palmer, 30 years of age, 5'6", and 1 pound lighter, so he is set to go. Second fight of the night in the featherweight division.
Sir, are you ready? Sir, are you ready? Fight.
And we are underway.
Okay.
Talk about contrasting styles, boss. You've got one guy that is just top-level wrestler. Randy, that's really your world. And you've got Siler, who, I don't even know how to describe Steven Siler. He's crafty. He's, what did someone call him the other day? Affectionately, a cockroach. You can't get rid of him.
That's it.
I think Palmer was the one that called him that. You can't stomp on this guy. He won't go away. He just will not go away. He's very wily. He's a crafty fighter. Even when he's in trouble, he's almost most dangerous. He does some very interesting things.
Lance Palmer maybe paying him the ultimate compliments, and this guy can definitely take a punch to the face because I've hit him before, and he just keeps coming back.
Well, Siler came out with his hands low, and I go, he didn't learn from his last fight because he told us yesterday, I got to keep my hands up. But now he's doing it.
He's doing a better job of controlling the distance, staying out there at kicking range. He's the longer lever guy than Palmer is. And he's kind of pick at Palmer, pot shot Palmer, stay away from Palmer.
He also doesn't stand as tall as he normally does. A little bit bend his legs better. It's best for takedown defense.
Got a sprawl. If Palmer shoots, he's got to be able to counter that. He doesn't want to get stuck underneath a guy like Palmer.
Boy, look at the eyes of Lance Palmer on the left side in the black trunks. Steel blue just staring right at Steven Siler, keeping an eye on his chest, his hips, seeing where he's going to go with this one.
Well, maybe Steven's going to come back with Magnum. Steel blue, blue steel. Huh? There.
Yeah, I put it out there. I didn't think you'd go there, but you did.
I still like everything. We're feeling each other out.
This fight has gone considerably longer than the first fight. If you're just joining us, Lewis Taylor getting the win in the middleweight division, 33 seconds in to become the champion and a millionaire.
You know, Siler can't take the bait because Palmer's thrown the inside low kick since
there you go.
But Siler should not do that because he will probably be taken down. So don't
see the red
fall into
on the inside of the lead leg of Siler from that inside kick. Siler's changed his stance now. He's leading his right now. He's back to orthodox, little kick of his own.
He's doing it back. Gotta watch out with that though.
Palmer added another layer to his training for this camp. He got a nutritionist. And he got his chem panel, see what's going on in his body, make sure that his body was firing on all cylinders and make sure he didn't have to cut so much weight for this one. He felt like that was important.
Oh, big overhand left connecting.
Yeah, but it was on the outside because thankfully Siler was moving backwards, so that took the steam out of it.
You talked about Steven Siler, boss. We saw him earlier this year in 2 fights where it looked like he was done, over. Like, get ready and tap him out, or the official will step in and end it. And he comes back and not only survives the round, but gets the win.
You know, and that's also what he's doing. When she's in trouble, he doesn't look at his opponent, he looks at the ref, and he tells the ref, I'm okay, don't stop it, don't stop it. So he's very aware where he is.
A lot of cage presence there, absolutely.
And his record also, when you say 17 losses, but that was all the way in the beginning. He started really picking up fights later in his career.
Yeah, Steven Siler with an impressive veteran record, 32, 17, and 1. A lot of fights for him.
Those inside low kicks he has to watch out for. And I love that what Palmer's doing the whole time.
That got Siler's attention as he rushed forward and then thought better of it.
He did. He got a little irritated, I think. He started to come forward aggressively, maybe recklessly.
And now he's in Palmer's
takedown by Palmer. Guillotine attempt here by Siler, but he has no legs around him. There's no anchor there to really secure that neck.
What did you say? If he gets up, he's already in the guards. You see?
90 seconds to go in round 1.
Watch that up kick. Nice job by Siler.
Yeah. So a great takedown from Lance Palmer. Get that win for Siler, though, as he's able to scramble and get to his feet.
What I like is he throws the inside low kick, and the inside low kick, that movement is a lot like an overhand that he also throws. So he throws a few inside low kicks, lets you get used to that, and then suddenly instead of the kick, it's the overhand, and he nailed him twice with it. Mechanically, they look the same.
There it is.
Another one. That was a nice straight one.
Very nice. Straight left hand.
You know, athletes have thought they could take Palmer out of his comfort zone of the wrestling by picking up the pace and making it a high-value, quick-moving fight. But Lance Palmer may have some of the best cardio in the PFL.
He is absolutely uses that as one of his tools to win fights, is his conditioning. That's absolutely a wrestler's mentality.
Siler needs to keep his right hand up because his chin is up, and that overhand all the time it's coming.
Palmer showing some good footwork there, getting out of that corner.
Oh, nice liver
Kick to the middle. Now Palmer coming forward.
Body kick, nice body kick by Palmer.
Seiler showed some serious control there, boss. It looked like he was going to get a little reckless, as Randy pointed out, getting irritated, but he backed off, didn't like his position.
Very smart. 5 rounds. You have time enough. Look at that.
He connects.
He connected.
Thinks he hurt him. He's got to be careful.
5 seconds.
Oh, be careful. He walks into something.
Look at that. Seiler making sure the referee knows he's okay, waves it off. And we will go to a second round. So the first round ending in a flurry. This is called trying to steal the round, I guess, at the end for either fighter.
That left high kick. That slipped in there.
Seiler thought he hurt him.
I love the wave off. It's like, just let the ref know I'm good. So 1 round complete. Remember, it's 5 rounds of championship fighting here in the PFL. This for the featherweight title and $1 million.
I saw Seiler's cornering, asking for that backside 6. That's an uppercut. Expecting Palmer to come in, change levels and come in, catch him with that fist coming up.
Boss, you agree with everything you heard from either corner?
You know, I do, yes, but it's because they have an open stance. That's one is a southpaw, other one is orthodox, but they can both throw identical punches and strikes. Inside low kicks, straight to the body, uppercuts with the power hand. They're all very effective, but again, both can do it to each other. One with the left, one with the right.
Both these fighters met back in 2017. It was Palmer getting the win by unanimous decision. And both fighters have said, though, that fight is ancient history. Completely different fighters than they were just a year and a half ago.
This was odd. He did the same thing when the fight started, right?
He keeps backing up to the barrier like he wants to play the edge of the cage.
Yeah, he gives Palmer the center.
And I'm thinking, if you're fighting a wrestler, the last thing I want is my back against the fence.
Exactly, that's why I'm going.
So are you guys suggesting that Steven Seiler needs to walk Palmer down?
I like Seiler pressing forward and Seiler in the middle of the cage better than playing the edge and skirting around the outside of the cage.
Well, that's what his coach told him to do, right? He says every time you put pressure on him, he doesn't like it. Look at that, that's the uppercut he was talking about.
Palmer outlanded Seiler in power shots 5-3 in that first round, and he tries that looping left yet again.
Very close round that first round, but I had Palmer ahead with the takedown and the inside kicks and the couple straight left hands that he landed. I thought he did the more effective striking throughout the round than Seiler did.
Seiler connected only with that kick at the end. It was his biggest move.
Absolutely.
Steven Seiler in the green trunks, the #1 seed. Lance Palmer in the black trunks, the #2 seed out of Columbus, Ohio.
Little cup check.
Yep,
Cup check there.
Good sportsmanship, made sure he's okay.
Happens with opposite stances a lot. Nice.
There's his world.
Left hand to the, and now let's see if he does what his corner asked him to do, which is pin Seiler to the mat. Make him work from the bottom and pin him.
Remember, after the takedown in round #1, Steven Seiler was able to scramble and get back to his feet. This time, though, his corner wants him down. Keep him down.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Seiler's long and wily from down here. You gotta watch him.
Looking for Kimura.
Gets you into trouble.
I don't want to use that as Kimura as a reversal.
Nice forward pressure by Palmer, using his head in the armpit of Seiler to keep him down, keep him in that prostrate position. Seiler using the fence, working his way back up. But for Palmer to try and find a way to put him back on the deck here. Ooh, look at that leg, that inside leg of Seiler's is pretty beat up. That lead leg.
Yeah. Push his right shoulder down so he can turn into it.
Palmer's got that hand trapped. It's going to be really hard to turn the way he wants to naturally turn. Whoa, swinger. Back fist, and Palmer missed with that.
Yeah, but that's hit him with the back of the head, but that was unnatural. Yeah.
Palmer.
They might have thought it was an elbow.
Has him back up against the fence. Steven Seiler looking to the referee, Keith Peterson, to say, he hit me in the back of the head, which is illegal in PFL rules. No relief coming there. So this one slowing down here with about 1:10 to go in round #2. This one's scheduled for 5 rounds, a championship bout in the featherweight division.
This is the Palmer grind. This is what he does.
Seiler, work his head position.
Once he gets a hold of you, he is not going to let you go without a fight. Nice job by Seiler.
Yep. Anything he can do to avoid the clinch.
Nice takedown. Nice takedown.
Wow.
Nice trip, stepped across.
You get an idea of what Lance Palmer wants to accomplish here in this fight. Steven Seiler doing a great job there. Not going to his back. Can he get up? Now he's going to close guard on him, possibly.
Would be very smart to do. But he might also look for a reversal. That's why he gets the half butterfly. That's going to pull it out.
But you notice Steven Seiler, when he gets his position, he never looks
He's
panicked.
climbing here, trying to get to a triangle choke. If he can clear that arm of Palmer's.
He's looking for an armbar now.
Armbar 2.
Good luck armbar in those arms.
Yeah, but it's locked up. Well, you can do in the biceps.
It's almost
crusher.
like a crush, yeah.
He's just locking him up. He immobilizes his complete right arm.
No ground and pound with both his hands tied up.
Yeah, that was nice.
Some of the action from round
That's
number
the
2.
uppercut. You see, that's what his coach was talking about.
Absolutely.
It, and he landed it.
Rear side 6 right there, lands right on the chin. Not a lot of power, but still effective. Takedown, nice, flares him out, puts him on his back. There's a second takedown with the trip. Watch this step across. Nice
man.
job. That
What
is
an
some
effort.
high-level wrestling.
Yeah. Beautiful.
You look great. It's your body that Tyson's
How you feeling, okay?
Feeling good? Feeling good?
You look good.
Let's go get this shit. Let's do it.
Hey, he's fading away. I want you on your toes right now. Let him see you bouncing. Let him see you bouncing.
What's that all about right there? Let him see you bouncing. That's the psychological game in this sport. You're sending a message across that cage to your opponent. Oh yeah, I'm not tired at all. I got a lot more here. Let's go.
It's worth
Sir, you
noting that
ready?
Steven
Sir, you
Seiler
ready?
has not gone 3 rounds all year in the PFL. All of his fights ended in the first or second round. So we'll see if Lance Palmer drags him into the deep cardio waters of the 3rd round. And he
Big
starts
head
off
kick
as a
attempt.
slip. And Seiler immediately attacks the neck.
Nice job by Palmer. Fight those hands, get
Just
his neck
threw
out of
him
there.
off.
Yeah, but you know he's been training with the alpha male guys that the guillotines is their forte, right? Nobody does it better than that group, so to catch him with the guillotine is going to be very hard.
Hey, I want to feint. Want to feint. Get your right hand in your stance. In your stance.
But now he's training at your...
Yeah, he's with Extreme
Yep.
Tour, and
Pretty decent
I don't know
outfit.
if we have an alpha male guillotine in
Yeah.
there, but you know,
He's bringing it.
he carries over.
Oh,
Both guys throwing the kicks.
right kick, left hook. Normally you do that with a low kick. I never seen that with a high kick. That's awesome.
Steven Seiler seemed to be a little more aggressive here to start round number 3.
Absolutely
Coming forward.
pressuring. I think he realizes he's down 2 rounds here.
Is that how you see it too, boss? Down 2 rounds for
I think
Seiler?
so, yeah.
2 takedowns in the 2nd round and controlled where the fight was going to happen.
Yep.
It was maybe not as exciting that 2nd round with Palmer, but it's definitely effective. It's how he wins fights.
Trying to go for the guillotine again, but he doesn't have...
No legs. It's tough to do a
Yeah,
guillotine with those legs.
it's
You
not
use it as
working.
a sweep, maybe.
Immediately they jump to the opposite side, and then the guillotine is gone. Actually, a simple crossface now from Palmer on Seiler. Can't let him break that grip. Just with the left hand, push the chin down. Toward the cage.
Steven Seiler on his back in the green trunks. Lance Palmer going to work. By all accounts, my experts to my right have it Palmer 2 rounds to none. Now he's going to go to work on the rib cage.
Yeah, and I would do that. If you can do it with that power, you can do it with every power you have. So load him up and do it as hard as you can. Why not?
Bring it way up and launch that thing.
Oh.
Gotta be careful. Don't give up his back.
And that's
Palmer's had a
not
couple of
what you want.
submissions this year in the regular season.
Yep. He is super good on the back of an opponent.
He's a little high here, guys. Can Seiler escape out the back door here and minimize the damage?
Seiler's as crafty as they come. I'm sure he's got some counters for this situation, but it's getting deeper and it's getting worse by the second.
Get
He's
the
stopping him with his other hand. You can't tell from here.
It looks like Seiler has one of Palmer's hands
Yeah.
trapped underneath him, and that's making it difficult to choke him with one arm.
Yeah, it's not gonna work. Well, there is a
Keith
way.
Peterson's trying to get a closer
There
look
is
as
a
well.
way. There, stretches him out a little bit. You saw Palmer use his legs to stretch him out a little bit.
Yeah, he's too high for that right now.
Steven Seiler has not been submitted, guys, since 2011, so it's going to take a lot.
Palmer is very high here. He's got both hooks in. He's got good anchors, but look how high his hips are.
Yep.
His hips are, it's impossible to apply a rear naked choke from that.
Yeah.
He's got to slide his hips back or transition to the arm.
It is. He's going to pop
the
out.
fence is in the way.
Yep.
Palmer holding on to that right arm of Seiler's.
Kayla Harrison armbar, how she won the
exactly, the gold medal right there.
That's what she can do right now.
Look at
Palmer's
this.
going to have to scramble here. Nice job. Seiler did a nice job of coming out the back door. Palmer recognized where he was at, used that wrestling, that cat-like wrestling, and scrambled right back up out of there.
Now Steven Seiler's coming forward. Nice exchange there.
Seiler needs to keep his hands up. Needs to watch out for that overhand left.
Oh. You knew where that was going as soon as that leg came forward.
Double leg, ducked out the far side, turned around the corner there, put Seiler back on his back. But we're seeing the pressure from Seiler now, and that's different than he fought in the first 2 rounds, certainly. But that's allowing Palmer to get in deep off of that pressure and achieve these takedowns.
Under a minute to go here in round number 3, scheduled for 5 for the featherweight world title between Steven Seiler in the green trunks and Lance Palmer. Palmer has done what he does best, get it to the ground, grind it out, scoring points. Steven Seiler has got to find a way to get a little more explosive, guys, and start racking up some points and winning some rounds. $1 million to the winner here at the conclusion of the inaugural PFL season.
Guard is constantly high. He wants to keep him close on him so he can't load up with his strikes. Very smart. Plus, it's easier to fish for submissions. There we go, Gogoplata. Is he really trying?
Omoplata.
Look at this hammer fist coming from Lance Palmer as he postures up and a big shot to the midsection. So the third round is now complete. Steven Seiler again on his back to end the round, and he's going to have to find a way to mount some offense. And this was an opening for him. Seiler went for it, guys, on the slip by Palmer. And Palmer somehow was able to reverse this thing and get himself the advantage.
Just kind of flung him off. Here's the level change. Started with a high crotch, changed to the double, turned the corner, and followed through. That was the key. Kept his feet moving and drove through Seiler. Again, Seiler pressuring, moving forward. Catches the kick. Double leg, ducks out the far side, turns the corner. Beautiful wrestling.
Wow, so smooth.
So we head to the 4th round in this one for the featherweight title with $1 million and the belt on the line. And I'm assuming you guys are going to give that last round to Lance Palmer as well.
Again, I have a 10-9 round for Palmer. He had 2 takedowns in that round and really kind of controlled where the fight happened. Seiler did some nice things. I think Palmer has to start to recognize that he's up by 3 rounds and not get careless here, especially in these takedowns. Get reckless and fall into something.
Boss, we've talked about this before. Steven Seiler is the most dangerous when he's either losing, close to getting choked out, or seemingly out of the whole fight completely.
That's it. Yep. You don't want to push an animal in the corner. That's what they say, right? That applies exactly to Steven Seiler.
Palmer is outlanding Seiler right now, 44-34 in non-power strikes and 9-4 in power strikes.
Both these guys are going to be walking a little funny tomorrow.
Yeah. Happy New Year.
Look at that left quad area of Steven Seiler.
Yep. Raspberry red right there. Palmer's got a couple too.
I want to remind you, coming up, we have still 4 more huge fights to go. Next fight will be Natan Schultz taking on Rashid Magomedov. That will be for the lightweight title, and again, $1 million. And you'll see Kayla Harrison, the 2-time Olympic gold medalist in judo, looking to get her 3rd victory in her young career, taking on Moriel Charneski of Wisconsin by way of Austin, Texas.
I like what Palmer is doing, touching the leg the whole time, because
he needs to use those head fakes. He's been taking Seiler down in every round.
But
use those head fakes.
if he can do that, as Seiler thinks it's in a takedown, then he can let also the left uppercut.
Yes,
Yeah,
his
I
hand.
love that. Yeah.
Absolutely great setup. Especially as the course of this fight has unwound and he's gotten 5 takedowns now. give that little head fake and a half shot, and then come up with a hand or come over with a hand.
Yeah, TJ Dillashaw is doing that a lot as well.
Guys, you
I
talk
love
about
those
the
little
experience of these two fighters. They've been through the PFL season. They've been through the quarterfinals and semifinals, which is fighting twice in one night. Steven Seiler, though, 50 professional fights to Lance Palmer's 19. So he has the advantage as far as experience, but this is when you get into the deep water, the championship rounds, where you're going to find out. And Lance Palmer, as you know, Randy, has been in some very heavy cardio wrestling matches as a 4-time All-American at Ohio State.
Absolutely. But none of these guys have fought 5 rounds this season, so all of them are in the championship territory tonight with 5-round fights.
Bosh, you've got to think if you're Palmer's corner, this is exactly going the way they'd like it to.
It's perfect. You know, what I would do is what he did in round number 2, I believe, when he started throwing the knees to the body, he just should start attacking. Score more points. You know, he's controlling.
I like him a lot better here in the half guard. This is a much more difficult position for Seiler to find a way to get him out of position, to catch him in a submission, to catch his neck, to catch his arm. That half guard's a beautiful place to be. You can sit on that leg, control Seiler's head, keep pushing him back down and keep him on his back. But there's not a lot of submissions you can do from the half guard on the bottom.
Yeah, it was one of your favorite positions as well,
I love to be there.
Yep.
Gave me that leg to hang on to and to control my opponent's hips. Find ways to trap him and punch him and punish him.
So, Randy, if you're in the corner of Steven Seiler, then play devil's advocate. What can he do? What should he be doing right now?
He's got to create scrambles here, use his feet, push Palmer away, make Palmer struggle to stay on top of him. And in that scramble, he'll find his position, his way to get him out of position to either get back up to his feet or catch him in something.
Heavy hands coming down from Lance Palmer.
Seat belt. Palmer's got that bottom arm trapped. It's going to be hard for Seiler to protect his face right now.
Big flurry of punches. Steven Seiler has got to defend himself intelligently.
For the Kimura.
Nice.
Big shot.
Again, with he's got that seat belt locked in. Now he's going to the. He might have.
He can run he can simply roll on his back in order to defend that. And he knows his positional awareness is really great.
That far wrist ride makes it much more difficult for him to roll to his back.
That's true. Smothering him.
Steven Seiler now in that survival mode, trying to get through these final 15 seconds to get to that 5th round. Back to his feet. And he is going to need a huge 5th round if he does in fact make it to it.
This is the Palmer grind right here. This is textbook Palmer grind.
So after a 33-second opening fight, we will go to a 5th and final round to determine who is going to be the featherweight champion in the PFL. Look at this one more time, guys. Inside leg kicks, we've talked about it. I mean, that's the epitome of tenderizing. And look at that combo with the takedown.
Underneath the uppercut. Beautifully timed.
Yep. Seiler just missed with that 6th that his corner's been trying to get him to throw. This is beautiful wrist ride. He's got that seat belt. Pull that bottom wrist in. It makes it really hard to protect your head. You're sitting on that leg, you can just pound away with that free hand. It's 5 takedowns for Lance Palmer in 4 rounds. I have him 10-9 in that 4th round. We're in the final round now. I think we're going to see a little desperation and some wide openness coming out of Seiler in this round.
He's going to have to let the hands fly.
Yep.
This is the 5th and final round with the belt and the $1 million on the line.
There's the shot. Nice scramble. Seiler did a nice job of sprawling. Palmer wasn't in deep enough to finish and really turn the corner.
Jump again by Seiler.
Oh, Seiler now going on the offensive here. And this is what Lance Palmer's corner was talking about.
Control the head. Control the head. Hey, if he drops that double, you go prime ball. Control the head, Seiler.
Lance Palmer has had at least 1 takedown in every round. He got 2 in round 2 and 2 in round 3. He has 6 total takedowns and no takedowns for Steven Seiler.
Hey, attack the head.
2 attempts here in the 5th round by Palmer. both unsuccessful. Seiler doing a nice job of scrambling, sprawling hard, really not allowing Palmer to get in deep enough to finish. And we're seeing a little more desperation and aggression coming out of Seiler here, letting his hands go more, willing to step into that range of exchanges and try to deliver something that's going to hurt Palmer.
Boss, is Lance Palmer doing the NFL version of the prevent defense right now with 3:30 to go?
He should. I mean, he's playing a very smart game. He did it before as well, you know, and it would be stupid fighting for $1 million.
There's the nice corner turn again. Double leg in deep, captures the hips to Seiler, and then turns the corner. Really tough when a guy's in on your legs to stay with him and change directions like that.
Lance Palmer now just 3 minutes and 10 seconds away from the $1 million payout and the belt. And guys, it was interesting talking to the fighters this week. They all talked about the belt. They want the belt. They didn't shy away from the $1 million, but they all talked about, I want that championship belt.
Usmagomedov's comment about, well, the belt will still be here in 10 years. The money will be gone. I thought that was a very, very interesting comment.
Yeah, but so if you can pay your house off, that's kind of nice too. Right?
The house will be
Then
around
we'll
for
be
10
there
years.
for the next 20 years.
Lance Palmer already talking about buying a new Lamborghini if he wins, and then he'll invest the rest. I don't know if there'll be much left over of the Lamborghini he wants.
I think he'll change his mind on that.
Yeah, that would not be a smart investment, I think.
Depreciating assets are never a good thing to put your money into.
Worthy possession.
2 minutes to go and 15 seconds for the featherweight belt and $1 million as Steven Seiler.
I think he's got, what has he got? He's got a weird kind of, he's got a shin on his neck. He's trying to find a way to.
Oh, wow. His leg is whole.
Tell you what, if I tried to wrap my knees up like that, there would be kneecaps skipping across that mat right now.
That's not going to happen. Your hip is going to dislocate, Randy.
Right now, the #1 seed, Steven Seiler, he needs something amazing here in the final 138 of this fight.
He needs to start working extremely hard now, just taking risks.
And that high guard game,
Maybe
put him up into mission control. Not sure what Seiler's complaining about, but he's definitely talking to the official.
Not happy about something.
I didn't see it.
Boy, Lance Palmer is just chopping wood.
Again, looking for that wrist ride.
Yep.
There's the wrist ride from the guard this time.
1 minute to go.
Now he's trying to step the half guard. There's the half guard. This is a very, very strong position for Lance Palmer. Maybe that's what he was complaining about. Looks like Palmer's pushing his chin away. Oh. Pushing his chin away is not, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
it's not
legal.
illegal.
It's a good
Well,
thing.
you're not poking him in the eye or fish hooking him.
Yeah.
Those of you that don't know what a fish hook is, it's sliding a finger into a nose or a mouth and stretching the cheek.
Come on, you guys have never done
Catch your fish.
This
This is it.
very, very tough. Last
Yep.
15 seconds of the fight. Palmer in very strong position and Seiler unable to get out of this.
And it looks like there will be a party in New York City, and Lance will be leading it. Yeah, certainly his bread and butter. Look at that. I mean, and then he just smothered it.
Yeah, it's wrestling. It's so fluid, so beautiful.
Steven Seiler just unable to get that scramble that he talked about, staying off the mat, scrambling out of the clinch. And Lance Palmer did a great job with his father, Dwayne, looking on, a little bit fired up.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds of action inside the PFL cage, we go to the judges' scorecards. And here are the totals: 50-43, 50-45, and 49-46. All three for your winner by unanimous decision, the new millionaire and new PFL Featherweight Champion of the World, Lance the Party Palmer!
The number 1 seed Palmer, the number 4 seed Alex Gilpin. There's our cage muscle tail of the tape. Slight arm reach advantage for Gilpin, slight leg reach advantage for Lance Palmer. Randy, we've seen this fight twice before, and the real battle is in the wrestling.
Absolutely, both guys have strong wrestling pedigrees. Alex Gilpin from Wisconsin, Ohio State 4-time American, and Lance Palmer. It doesn't get much better than that. And both these guys like to use that wrestling in their fighting style. That's what makes this matchup really interesting.
Important to note, Alex Gilpin, a replacement fighter in tonight's championship, because Daniel Pineda, who earned a date with Lance Palmer, failed a drug test. Gilpin, the highest seed who had been eliminated from the playoffs, steps back in for a trilogy bout. And as he said pre-fight, it's the quickest trilogy in the history.
Absolutely.
Three fights in 1 year for Alex Gilpin and Lance Palmer.
Gilpin coming off of a submission chokeout win over Andre Harrison, who's somebody who Lance Palmer has a storied history with as well.
Gilpin, the only person ever to finish Dre the Bull. So we've seen this one twice before, Randy. What do we expect in the third stanza?
Well, it'll be interesting. I think the onus is always on the guy that won the other fight, especially twice. To what's going to change? What is Gilpin going to do different to get a different outcome this time? And that's what Lance has got to try to figure out. We know what Lance does and does well, and Lance is very acutely aware of Gilpin's strength. He's got some amazing submissions, some very, very good slick neck chokes. It's going to be interesting to see if Lance stays out of all of that. We've seen Lance improve his striking with this new camp with guys like Frankie Edgar, and we saw that in the last time they fought. Lance caught him with a straight right hand and put him on his butt, and that was arguably the biggest difference in the fight.
Palmer attempts a left hand there. It has been Gilpin the aggressor in the striking exchanges here, taking the center of the cage, working his jab. There are a lot of people around the sport that think Gilpin, he's the second best 145-pounder on our PFL roster, maybe. He's a guy that has really only lost meaningful fights in his career to Lance Palmer. He's here tonight to prove otherwise, that he's actually better than Lance Palmer.
A little eye poke, incidental eye poke. This is one of the things that happens in MMA because we don't have thumb loops and closed gloves. Occasionally, you catch an eye poke. Lance will be given the time to recover, make sure he can see straight. There's no issues there. You check with a doctor.
Yeah, Keith Peterson will call the doctor in, gives a quick little warning there to Alex Gilpin. Inadvertent eye poke, as you said, Randy, it happens sometime. Let's take a look at the replay here. Yeah, just calling out, the ring finger goes in to the eye of Lance Palmer. Up to 5 minutes for Lance Palmer to recover here. The big key, the doctor always comes in a situation like this, make sure that it's safe for Lance Palmer to continue.
And you see Gilpin extends his hand to push Lance away, and one of the fingers goes right in the left eye of Lance Palmer. Absolutely inadvertent.
See the attempted high kick there. Gilpin blocks, and then he ducks under the return left hand from Lance Palmer. Palmer says he is good to go. 3 minutes, 11 seconds remaining here in round number 1 of a featherweight championship. Another high kick attempt there from Gilpin. Gets right back to it.
Big double leg.
Lance Palmer puts his wrestling pedigree on display once again. And he passes immediately to side control on Alex Gilpin.
There's that overpowering strength and smothering ability of Lance Palmer from those wrestling days.
Well, we've seen a couple of times in Lance Palmer fights that he settles into this competitive rhythm that is frustrating for his opponents. And every once in a while, someone will, I don't know, poke him in the eye or land a good shot, and you get a fierier Lance Palmer. Now Alex Gilpin working to a choke here.
Into a choke position, working a north-south. He's managed to work his way out from underneath Lance Palmer. Got a north-south choke.
You see the space there on the right side of Lance Palmer's face. Gilpin's gonna try and force Palmer's own deltoid against that side of his neck, but instead he'll use it to transition to the top. Nice sweep there, and probably the most trouble we've seen Lance Palmer in his last 10 fights in the Professional Fighters League.
Absolutely true. Gilpin got caught on one leg in the middle of that kick, and Palmer followed through with a double and started this entire sequence.
And there's the wrestling again. What a scramble by Lance Palmer. You see him get the underhook and shrug Alex Gilpin, not just up, but all the way off.
Like bench pressed him off. He's so strong.
Palmer walks around about 160-ish pounds, cuts to 145. Very professional. He's got a system down. He's probably stronger than most 200-plus pound men that you know if you're watching tonight. Here's Lance Palmer's corner.
There it is. Now sprint past it. Nice. Good uppercut. Keep your hand up. Now give us a little bounce. There you go.
Add on. We got to add on.
Two body.
Gilpin really pressing, coming forward, keeping Palmer at the fence and really staying in Palmer's face. We have seen very few people do that with Lance Palmer.
A flying knee attempt, and then Gilpin tries to grab a guillotine. He doesn't have control of Palmer's hips, so he will not be able to finish this, but we have seen him spin around and turn around on those chokes from underneath. Very crafty with his control in these grappling exchanges is Alex Gilpin, but negated here once again by the dominant wrestling of Lance Palmer, who rains down left hands from the top.
Palmer got that far side underhook, securing a good cross-side position, trying to find a way to free up that left hand to jackhammer on Alex Gilpin. Gilpin swinging under with his right hand, trying to create that scramble again, moving to north-south.
Palmer will finish round one on top here as Gilpin tries to fight his way up. Brand new movie, Bad Boys for Life, starring Will Smith and Martin Lawrence, in theaters January 17th. Round two underway here. Second title bout of the evening's featherweights. Lance Palmer in green shorts, Alex Gilpin in the silver. And a really interesting first round between these two, Randy. I'm not sure that that last takedown of Lance Palmer didn't secure the round for him, but he came close to losing the first round of his season.
Absolutely, and it's really be interesting to see how the judges score that first round. We see Gilpin pressing the action, throwing the kicks, throwing more punches. Palmer with the two takedowns, one of those scrambled into a situation for Palmer. And Gilpin now right back out in his face, nose to nose, trying to press the action. Palmer answering with some nice counter punches.
Gilpin catches a kick. Palmer with a back fist bouncing off the cage. Gets down on a double leg attempt here. Lance Palmer once again finishes it and right into side control. Gilpin hanging heavy on the neck of Lance Palmer.
Palmer did a nice job of changing angles, flaring those legs out and coming right down in side control.
You see there, the pedigree, the wrestling pedigree of Alex Gilpin is impressive. Texas State wrestling champion, wrestled in college at the University of Wisconsin, but nothing compared to Lance Palmer, who was a four-time All-American at Ohio State. Great job there by Alex Gilpin scrambling up. Palmer just misses with a knee attempt on the break. Randy, you hear all the time guys talking about, I'm in the best shape of my life, I can go 5 rounds. Gilpin said, I'd like to go 10 rounds. You know, when I hear it from other people, I don't always believe it. When I heard it from these two guys, I did believe it. We've seen motors and cardio for days from both of these individuals.
Absolutely, gas tank for days. Both these guys can go forever at a high pace. Not a lot of people on the planet can do that.
Part of that skill honed in wrestling rooms. Once again, a successful takedown attempt from Lance Palmer.
He's trying to cinch it up. He's got a choke on. Palmer knows every time he shoots, he exposes his neck. He's got to be really, really careful here. Gilpin is as slick as they come in that position.
We saw him finish Andre Harrison with a ninja choke pressed up against the cage, choked Dre the Bull all the way out. Lance Palmer pulls his head out, goes right to work inside of the guard of Alex Gilpin. Halfway gone in the second round here. second of 5 potential featherweight championship rounds. Lance Palmer in the green trunks looking to go back-to-back. He is our season 1 featherweight champ. He wants another title and another $1 million.
Ground and pound from the guard here by Palmer. Gilpin trying to use his legs, create space, create a scramble, and he hopes he can find a way to wrestle his way back to his feet.
Palmer gets the hips in against the cage there. Heavy, heavy pressure as always from the former Ohio State All-American. Still to come, the lightweight championship, 155 pounds, sees the similar scenario. Natan Schulte, our #1 seed in the lightweight division, also looking to repeat. Will Lance Palmer be the first to do it tonight? Smothering pressure against Alex Gilpin on the cage here.
Up kicks by Alex Gilpin, trying to use those feet, create some space, and be able to change levels and come under Palmer and find a way to scramble out. Palmer doing a great job of just pressuring with those hips, keeping his head up and out of the way of those nasty heel kicks. Now Gilpin back to his feet.
Nice knees and some double underhooks here for Gilpin. And it's always interesting to see what the choice is to reach for underhooks against the cage. Gilpin likes to hang heavy on the neck. Does he try and set up a choke here? Lance Palmer doesn't let him get to work though.
Gilpin's always fishing for those chokes. That's his favorite go-to thing. Palmer doing a nice job of staying inside, keeping his head up, using that forehead to control that head of Gilpin. It's tough to see what a guy's doing when you got your forehead in his cheek.
Nice knees to the body there from Gilpin, earns a separation. And he follows it up with a jab, but once again, Lance Palmer down on the legs. Gilpin unable to secure a choke attempt this time. Inside of 30 seconds left in round #2.
Palmer, like a rat on a Cheeto, just comes right back in on that double. He is not going to let Gilpin off the hook here.
Well, every time Alex Gilpin gets overly aggressive in his striking and starts to charge forward, you can guarantee that Lance Palmer will change levels and shoot under. That's how they ended up on the ground here. Round 3 next. Welcome back to the 2019 PFL Championship. Sean O'Connell and Randy Couture cage side. Inside the cage, a featherweight title bout in the 3rd round. Lance Palmer looking to repeat in the green trunks. Alex Gilpin in the silver. During the break, Randy, we heard the corner of Lance Palmer saying they feel like Alex Gilpin is getting tired. Lance Palmer constantly just grinding away with the takedowns and a big lead hook there as Gilpin tried to close the distance.
Gilpin's pressing and he's moving into that range of exchanges, but he's not really throwing anything in that range, and that's allowing Lance to get off first.
Gilpin had a lot of bounce in his step in rounds 1 and 2, slightly less here at the start of round #3.
There's a double by Gilpin.
Takedown attempt.
Wow, big dump. Crotch lift dump by Palmer to get out of the situation.
There's the 2-time Olympic judo gold medalist Kayla Harrison. She will be contesting our final title fight of the evening later on ESPN2. Well, a valiant effort there by Alex Gilpin, but for every question he's got, Lance Palmer's got an answer in these grappling exchanges.
It seems that way, for sure.
Double butterflies and double underhooks here for Alex Gilpin to try and elevate the body of Lance Palmer. Gilpin attempts to kick off. Palmer almost passes the legs. Great recovery there by Alex Gilpin, but he's right back where he started. Randy, how do you make the decision when you're Lance Palmer on whether to work from the guard like this or to pass aggressively and try and pound out Alex Gilpin?
Well, I mean, every time he tries to pass, and here you see him trying to pass the cross side or maybe half guard again, Gilpin keeps pulling for guard. He's not really letting Lance pass. So, you know, it's not a bad place. It's hard to do a lot of damage from the guard. I think you're more effective, in my opinion, from the half guard than the guard. But, you know, Palmer's taking what he can get right now. He's being tenacious and controlling where this fight happens.
Hard to get a finish from the guard, but you're winning a lot of times in the guard. Gilpin attempts to push off again. Palmer relentless with the pressure. Forcing Gilpin up here against the cage one more time. Take a look through our ref cam presented by our friends at Manscaped. Keith Peterson, attentive on top of the action there.
We all need a good manscaping on occasion.
It's necessary. Palmer looks to pass to the back here of Alex Gilpin and gets all the way at least to side control. Gilpin does a good job of lacing his leg back inside, but now Lance Palmer to the mount up against the cage. 90 seconds left here in round number 3. Alex Gilpin not in a great position here. Lance Palmer mounted on top of the Wisconsin wrestler.
Nice elbow escape by Gilpin. Back to the butterfly guard. Seeing 75% of this fight is taking place on the outside of the cage, and about 3 or 4 feet on the outside of the cage.
And the story that's really telling is that Lance Palmer is forcing and grinding this action on the outside with with Alex Gilpin's head up against that turn post right there, grating the back of his neck up and down the cage. It's a rough position to be in against a guy with heavy pressure like Lance Palmer.
Absolute textbook Lance Palmer fighting style.
45 seconds remain here in the 3rd round. Remember, these are title bouts, so they are possibly as many as 5 rounds, 5-minute rounds long.
We're winding down in the 3-round territory, about to step into championship territory.
Gilpin told us, I want a 4-round fight. I want a 5-round fight. Give me a 10-round fight.
If I have a bad round, I can come back from that. It's not a 3-rounder where it's tougher to come back from giving up a round.
He also told us it's hard to hold somebody down for 5 rounds. I have a feeling Lance Palmer's going to test out that theory. We'll find out when we come back. Entering the 4th round of our featherweight title bout between Lance the Party Palmer and Alex Gilpin. Palmer in the green trunks, Gilpin in the silver. Gilpin says he wants to go deep. Well, these are the deep championship rounds. Palmer with another successful takedown. Once again, Gilpin begins early in the round on his back. Tough place to be.
Gilpin just wades right into the range of exchange, and he's not throwing anything at Lance. And that's allowing Lance to counter punch first and then change levels and drive through Gilpin. He's got to step into that range exchange and throw something at him. Throw that straight right hand. Throw that jab, something. Make him think about something.
Lance Palmer just completed his 6th successful takedown. We saw a takedown attempt earlier from Alex Gilpin, but that was reversed with the big crotch lift by Lance Palmer. So the wrestling exchanges have been all Lance Palmer, which shouldn't be a surprise if you've been watching his dominant mixed martial arts career.
He's just smothering, and he does this so often. He's just so good at hovering over the top of somebody. No matter how hard they try to get away, he just keeps coming, relentless pressure. He's so strong, short levers. He does a great job in ground and pound to be damaging there. It's the dominant performance by Lance Palmer so far.
It's one of the reasons Lance Palmer was a 4-time All-American at Ohio State. If you shoot and reshoot and scramble and re-scramble, he's got one more move for you. He's got one more answer to every move that you've given him. And so far it's been successful here in this featherweight championship. Lance Palmer looking to repeat. He was the season 1 featherweight champ. He's looking to go back-to-back. He wants another belt. He wants another 1 million. Alex Gilpin trying to figure out this puzzle and get off his back here. Gilpin works his back to the cage. Palmer does a good job of moving to side control here.
Gilpin pulling guard again, getting him back in between those legs. Gilpin's got to open that guard, though. That closed guard is not going to create a scramble. It's not going to get him out of anything than what he's getting right now, which is shots to the ribs and a couple shots to the dome.
The longer this fight goes, the more you have to ask the question. Alex Gilpin, very, very crafty with his submissions, even from the bottom. But as they get slipperier, as he gets more tired, will he have the strength if a submission opportunity presents itself to finish against a guy like Lance Palmer?
Gilpin got the left underhook and started to come up and use the fence as his friend to get back up off that mat. Palmer secures the body lock and sucks his hips right back out from underneath him. That's disheartening. There's a psychological effect to that. You're almost there, you're going to get up, and then you're right back down.
You saw Gilpin try and sit up on a Kimura attempt. A lot of times people will just end up using that as a sweep. Everything negated here by the smothering pressure of Lance the Party Palmer. Inside of 2 minutes left in the 4th round. Double butterflies here and double underhooks once again for Gilpin. We've seen this a couple of times in this fight, but unfortunately has not led to any significant scrambles or escapes by Gilpin.
Looks like Gilpin's trying to use that double underhooks and those feet on the hips to create tension, and then he releases and tries to kick Palmer away. And Palmer's just too tenacious. He comes right back too fast, too slippery, too strong with those hips. It's a tough place to spend an entire round in a fight.
Lance Palmer got the takedown for this control less than 10 seconds into round number 4.
And a lot of that was, again, Gilpin bringing the pressure, but not throwing anything at Lance and making him think about anything else.
30 seconds remain here in round number 4. Alex Gilpin running out of time to find an answer. Ten seconds left in round number 4. More ground and pound from Lance the Party Palmer, this time to the body of Alex Gilpin. 5 finishes. I'll give him an extra 6. There's the takedown at the beginning of the round, and unfortunately for Gilpin, he never got up from there.
He struggled here, tried to create a couple scrambles, tried to use his feet, but Palmer with the tenacious wrestling pressure just keeps coming forward, keeps countering, keeps putting him back on the mat and keeping him down there. I have this fight right now 3 rounds to 1 for Palmer. I thought Gilpin snuck the first round out, and it's been all Palmer since then.
It'll be interesting to see how the judges saw that first round, but it may be academic because of the dominant performance over the last 3 by Lance Palmer. If Alex Gilpin can't make something happen here in round number 5, Lance Palmer will be looking at his 2nd straight PFL championship. 5 more minutes of featherweight action.
5th and final round. Again, Gilpin comes right out, pressuring Palmer.
Nice 1-2 there from Palmer to back Gilpin up. Inside leg kick from Palmer. Right hand from Gilpin. And
there's that jab. Looked like he was trying to leap into something there for a second. I'm not sure what that was.
Well, we saw him attempt a flying knee earlier, but that flying knee ended with him getting caught and
taken
dumped.
down, yeah.
Down 3 rounds to 1 or 4 rounds to 0, though, Randy. It's a delicate balance. You got to find some sort of desperation without getting too sloppy. And once again, Lance Palmer, takedown attempt, and he lands in side control.
He does such a nice job of turning the corner, flaring those legs out, passing that guard of his opponent as he's in transition to the mat. It's a very, very clever and very, very good thing to do.
7 takedowns now for Lance Palmer, and worth noting, in the early rounds, in the first round he had to get 2 takedowns because Gilpin was able to create scrambles, get back to his feet. In the second round, the same thing. In round 4, it was 1 takedown and then smothering pressure. And in round 5, right now Alex Gilpin isn't really making significant progress to get up. from the top for Lance the Party Palmer. Passes the legs. Once again inside control.
Outside position by Palmer, trying to find a way to free up that left hand. Bring it down on Gilpin's head. Gilpin's got to be careful he doesn't give up mount again here. He's got his legs pretty close together. Pretty sure Alex Gilpin has had enough of Lance Palmer this season.
Well, it's the tough thing.
Third meeting, it's unheard of.
It's the tough thing about our regular season playoff and championship format. There's no favoritism. The matchups are what they are. The playoff matchups, it's a playoff bracket, and you get what you get. In the championship, an opportunity presented itself for Alex Gilpin because of a failed drug test by Daniel Pineda. He thought he would have an opportunity to come here, pull off an upset. Lance Palmer, though, as clinical and dominant as always so far, with 2 minutes remaining here in the Featherweight Championship as he looks to repeat. And look, it's great to be the #2 guy in any weight class in mixed martial arts, but when it's regular season playoffs and a $1 million championship, #2's
handshake and a bologna sandwich.
I assure you Alex Gilpin will take home more than a bologna sandwich, but you get the point. Seconds remain here as Lance Palmer looks to repeat as featherweight champion. No answer from Alex Gilpin, who, by the way, was able to finish his last 3 opponents not named Lance Palmer. Lance Palmer gave Alex Gilpin a lot of credit. They ended up on the same side of the bracket in the playoff, which means they met in the semifinals. But Lance did say, oh, he definitely would have made it to the championship had he been on the opposite side of the bracket.
I think that's a fairly accurate statement, and I also think that's an exhibition of how much these two respect each other. Now, obviously, they face each other, they're making each other better. They both said that in their interviews going into this fight. They both forced each other to learn things and do things that they wouldn't have otherwise done.
Lance Palmer 30 seconds away from history. The first man to repeat as PFL champion, potentially.
Palmer is on him like a barnacle, man. He just cannot scrape him off as hard as he tries. But both these guys are class acts. They're both great guys.
If you have never been in the position you've seen Alex Gilpin in the last 2-3 rounds, I promise you there are very few things on the planet that are more miserable than being really excellent at your craft, but being stuck underneath someone who's just a little bit better. Here are the takedowns. Timing, explosiveness, power. Catches the flying knee attempt there by Alex Gilpin. Wraps him up, goes immediately, turns the corner to side control. Every single time, Lance Palmer grabs a hold of the legs, the waist, and immediately turns an angle. You saw Gilpin fighting for a neck here. Can't secure a significant choke attempt. This was the big elevation on the takedown attempt from Gilpin. Palmer able to reverse it. Secures the takedown for himself. Once again, ducks underneath some strikes from Gilpin. And that's the story. Lance the Party Palmer once again puts on a dominant wrestling display. And Lillian Garcia has the official decision inside of our PFL Smart Cage.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards. And the totals are 50-43, 50-44, and 50-44. All for your winner by unanimous decision, your newest millionaire and the 2019 PFL Featherweight Champion of the World, Lance the Party
Chris Wade, 34 years of age. That makes him 3 years older. He's 4 inches taller. They both weighed in at the featherweight limit. Identical reach in the arms. Chris Wade's got the longer legs, and he likes to kick. Mavleed Haibulaev, the proud Dagestani, in the green trunks. Chris Wade in the black and gray, fighting out of Long Island, New York.
Round one, you ready, blue? Let's fight.
$1 million on the line in a featherweight championship underway, the first of 5 possible 5-minute rounds. Up kick there from Chris Wade, misses. Southpaw stance for Wade to open things. He will switch back and forth. Stays outside of the range of that combination from Mavleed. Chance of USA here from the home crowd early. Mavleed is winging big punches early.
Chris doing a nice job of moving his head and keeping it out of the pocket.
Lunging hook again misses for Mavleed Haibulaev. Chris Wade doing a good job measuring this distance. So's Mavleed as he avoids a kick.
Chris doing a good job of using those long-range weapons. Just has to be careful getting those 2 feet too close together. It's going to allow Mavleed to get in on that takedown. Nice shot there by Mavleed as he moves forward.
Haibulaev to get here had to beat a 2-time PFL featherweight champion, Lance the Party Palmer.
Chris doing a good job of getting those feints, and Mavleed is biting on those things, but just keeping him a little hesitant.
Chris Wade beating.
Oh, nice
Lance
counter
Palmer.
shot by Mavleed.
Wow, nice shot.
Right hand behind the ear there. Chris Wade got turned around. Eyes open once again here. Mavleed Haibulaev. We've seen him win fights with aggression early. We've seen him take more measured approaches and wrestle. He looks like he wants to use his striking here as he punches his way in. Now initiates a grappling exchange.
As I was saying, Chris Wade beat Bubba Jenkins in the semifinals to get to this final, and that's the guy that Lance Palmer fought and lost against to kind of put him on the track to not be in these finals for the 3rd season in a row.
And this is where his wrestling experience and his size can really pay off. He cut down from 155 pounds. You see he's clearly the bigger man here. And that will take its toll in these clinching exchanges. You got to carry that weight and consistently take him down. I'm curious to see how Mavleed reacts to that in the 4th and 5th rounds if Chris is able to be successful with his counter wrestling.
Chris Wade spins away from that duck under attempt here, and now a couple of foot wheels by Mavleed, but Wade counters successfully.
A foot wheel to almost an inside trip by Mavleed. Really nice exchange of chain wrestling. Chris aware of both of them, not falling for either. Big punches for Mavleed.
And he gets Chris Wade down this time. Excellent job stringing that together. Nice combination. And then immediately down under, changing the levels and getting into the body of Chris Wade. Now Wade back to his feet.
And that's where Chris has really shined this season, able to wrestle right back and get position here, right back to his feet here up against the cage.
Chris looks faster at this weight. He looks stronger at this weight. I just think this is the perfect weight class for Chris Wade.
Interesting to see right now Mavleed Haibulaev pushing Chris Wade against the barrier. Not easy for anyone else to do this season. Chris Wade was able to reverse position pretty successfully. He is bigger and stronger than a lot of these guys at 145. Right now, Mavleed controlling.
Also, a great equalizer to a good double leg or guys that are level changing is a good guillotine choke, and Chris Wade absolutely has that as well.
Couple knees up to the body in midsection from Chris Wade to Mavleed Haibulaev. Haibulaev answers with a knee to the thigh. Gary Copeland asking for some more action off the cage here. Wade reaching back, trying to control the head of Mavleed to see if he can dump him over the top. Gave up his back in the process.
Chris gave up those anchors, so he lost an anchor now. He's trying to get it back. If you can get both those feet in and anchored into that back position, it can be really tough to shake him off. Mavleed's a little high. Look for Chris Wade to come out the back. He's trying to capture that head.
Mavleed's able to adjust. 10 seconds left. The round will finish with Mavlid Haibulaev on Chris Wade's back. Round 2 when we return. Welcome back, fight fans. PFL MMA, it's the biggest night in mixed martial arts. This, the third of 6 championship bouts on the card. Mavlid Haibulaev, the Russian, in the green trunks. Chris Wade out of Long Island, New York, in the black and gray. First round probably went to Mavlid Haibulaev. The fans thought so. Fighter performance rating exclusive to the PFL, brought to you by Rich Energy, thought so as well. And they get right back to the action here. Both of these guys kick a lot, use their leg attacks a lot for people with wrestling backgrounds, Randy.
Definitely do. Both guys like to use those low-level weapons. Nice defense by Chris Wade there, not to give up a takedown, and Mavlid in on a tight body lock. Chris having the hips and the ability to float those out of there and not get taken down.
Smothering pressure here from Mavlid Haibulaev right in front of his own corner.
Fingers out of the glove.
Chris keeps reaching around to the head. He has a very good head and arm throw, but he's got to be careful giving up that underhook position. That's where Mavlid can kind of move to his back a little bit. That's how he was able to take the back and get him down to the ground.
Chris was doing something interesting. He's reaching all the way around to that far ear and then using that as kind of a dirty boxing clinch position to punch with that other arm on the inside. But I agree, it did get him into trouble at the end of that first round.
Wade pushes off the cage there and then throws a knee up the middle as Mavlid pushes back in. Gary Culper wants to see more activity than that, separates them, moves them back toward the center of the smart cage. The left hand landed there from Mavlid. He's able to string these combinations together a little bit more successfully than Chris Wade early. Inside of Haibulaev's corner.
Be light on your feet. Don't. Yes. Don't let him force you. Be relaxed. Don't stay tense. Keep your composure. Move. You gotta move. Pull him. Excellent. Move. You gotta move. Don't stay still. You gotta move. Use your legs too. He's lower. Yeah, he is. He's outperforming him. You just gotta play smart. Go to the left. Go to the left.
Thanks to Alex, our Russian translator, for giving us the insight into Mavlid's corner there. You saw in those exchanges, a couple nice right hands from Mavlid Haibulaev. Chris Wade responded a couple of times. But once again, it's back to this chain link barrier. Chris Wade finds his back pressed up against it one more time.
I think Chris has moved away from utilizing feints, and in doing that, he's making himself more predictable, and Mavlid's landing some big shots in tight because of it.
Almost every shot Mavlid throws has ill intent on it. I mean, he is winding up with everything he's got for a lot of those punches.
Take a look through the ghost cam. Filters out those chain links in front of it so you get clear view of the action. Chris Wade is able to reverse position here. Mavlid not content to surrender and put his own back on the cage though.
Minute and 15 seconds left, Chris. That's it. And he's wearing down a little bit.
One minute left, Chris.
Keith Trimble and Ryan Flair inside the corner of Chris Wade there. And one thing that he told us about, Randy, it's an interesting dynamic shift. This fight camp was all about Chris Wade. He's at a very good camp with a lot of high-level fighters. There's been times where even when he's got a fight coming up, it's not all about him. This one was about him as the blood starts to pour from a nasty cut, kind of on the inside eyebrow. Oh, excellent trip and a toss there from Mavlid Haibulaev.
Chris doing a great job of not going to his back there, trying to wrestle to that single leg position.
Chris Wade is leaking here, a lot of blood.
It's like the right eye, Chris. Can't tell if it's under the eye or over the eye.
I think it's inside, kind of the bridge of the nose, where it meets the eyebrow. We'll see in less than 10 seconds as we go to the break between rounds here. Movlid once again on Chris's back.
My time,
And there's that knee from Movlid out of the clinch. Comes up just as Chris ducks his head, and I believe that's what split him right above the eye. Sharp bones there right above the eye, and see the blood come down there.
It's deep, but it does not appear to be the kind of cut that, at least for the moment, will stop a fight. Movlid Khaybulaev in the green trunks, sitting down on a rough jab. Chris Wade goes back to work with his legs in the black and gray trunks. Fighter performance rating and the fans both favor Movlid Khaybulaev. That's back-to-back rounds now. If Chris Wade's going to reverse fortunes, he's going to have to do it here in the third frame should this fight go to a decision.
Nice entry by Movlid, got into the body lock, picked Chris Wade up, put him down on his knees. Chris not willing to concede any position. He's going to fight from here, try and find his way back to his feet. Movlid going to do everything he can to make that pretty difficult.
Yeah, Movlid trying to steer him down towards the mat, see if he can use that right shoulder to drive Chris Wade towards the mat. Chris doing a good job of trying to battle back to his feet here up against the cage, and he does.
Still no underhook for Chris Wade as he will try to battle his way off the barrier. You see the live odds switching even more in the favor of Movlid Khaybulaev here. Ian Parker's pick was Movlid Khaybulaev in this fight. He's been on target already tonight.
Chris trying to get wrist control there and trying to get an elbow in to turn and face, but Movlid not really having it at this point.
Whizzer. Chris spins and gets the whizzer. That's going to give him a little control from that overhook position.
Chris Wade, the American, 2 times made it to the semifinals as a 155-pounder. Here for season 3, he said, I'm going all the way down to 145. I'm going to try to give myself an advantage there. So far, so good. He's earned his first spot in a championship. But through 2 rounds, the story has been all Movlid Khaybulaev's control.
Got advance or show me something effective.
Yeah, this is where Chris really needs to turn things around because Movlid has been landing takedowns late in the rounds to steal them, it seems anyway. And now Chris starting to get a little bit more offensive here with his wrestling.
Movlid, in his own right, trying to continue that proud heritage of Dagestani fighters. Counts both Khabib Nurmagomedov and his father, the late Abdulmanap Nurmagomedov, among the most profound influences of his own very successful mixed martial arts career. This is the biggest stage Movlid has been on. This is the biggest purse that Movlid has ever fought for. $1 million and a PFL world title for either of these men changes the story significantly. Wade now able to push Movlid against the barrier. Gonna have to try and mount some offense here. 2 minutes remaining in the third round.
Advance, show me something effective, guys.
Copeland once again calling for more action.
Nice little off balance by Movlid Khaybulaev to change position and put Chris back on the fence.
You can hear the fans getting a little restless here, Randy, but this is as grueling a style of fight as you can be in.
Absolutely. Tough body on body, no separation, no place to rest, no place to catch your breath. It's one of the reasons why I love Greco-Roman wrestling and why that translated to fighting for me.
Movlid finding a lot of success in tight here, guys. With those hands, he continues to land and allows him to get to that clinch position and get these go-behinds.
One finger on the eyes. One finger on the eyes. One finger on the eyes.
Movlid hanging heavy on the back of Chris Wade here. Punched his way in. inside of 1 minute remaining in the third round.
Chris doing everything he can to counter everything Mobley Hyperlife throws at him, but that's all he's able to do is counter. He's not able to mount any offense, get anything going on his own, or get his own positions that he's dominating. And that's been the difference through these rounds.
Mobley drags Wade over here in front of the broadcast position, which happens to be right in front of Mobley's own corner. So he's looking, making eye contact, talking to his coaches while he rides out this round. And you can see the live odds swinging heavily in the favor of Mobley Hyperlife as he takes the back of Chris Wade.
Chris is in trouble here. Oh, Chris did a good job of getting out of that situation. Gave him both hooks.
And almost every round has ended with Mauve lead on Chris Wade's back.
Round 4 ahead. Welcome back to Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. Featherweight championship inside of the Smart Cage. Mavlid Haibulaev versus Chris Wade, and we are in the championship rounds. Round 4 of a possible 5. It has been all about Mavlid Haibulaev and his control. Fighter performance rating once again favors Mavlid as he punches his way into another takedown here. Excuse me, Mavlid just all over.
Yeah, nice
Chris
setup,
Wade.
punches his way into that double, nice level change, kept his feet moving, and even though Chris went with it, tried to kick him over, he had the sense to float his hips over and stay on top and not end up in the bottom position. Really kind of makes me wonder how the rounds went with Khabib Nurmagomedov and Mavlid.
Yeah, right.
That's something I would pay to see. I would like to see that because this guy he's got skills in every single position. Never seen this kind of striking come out of Khabib.
Yeah,
and that's been the difference in this fight that set the pace. Those big punches with a lot on them definitely get your attention.
No question about it. And their ability to utilize their wrestling from mixed martial arts, the way that they set up the takedown, their level change, and their control after has been the difference. You look at Bubba Jenkins, so talented, an amazing wrestler, but the way that Mavlid and his camp integrate their takedowns and control, it's just something awesome to watch.
You bring up a really interesting point, Kenny. I'm not a fan of the old MMA math. Well, this guy's better at this than that other guy, but what we're seeing here is Mavlid Haibulaev completely out-wrestle somebody who out-wrestled a former Division I national champion. That should give you a sense of just how dominant this pressure is from Mavlid Haibulaev.
Methodically gets in a little better and a little better and a little better position each time he makes a little move. Now he's back on Chris Wade's back, looking to secure those anchors and put himself in a good position to try and finish this fight.
And he's got a lot more time now with a little over 3 minutes, whereas last few rounds he just had a few seconds. So got plenty of time to set up a submission here, but Chris very hard to finish from this back position.
20 fights in the career of Mavlid Haibulaev, 26 fights heading into tonight for Chris Wade, and yet the first time either of these individuals have been in the championship round. It's all been 3-rounders previously in their careers.
Now this is a much better position here with Mavlid's head and hips higher than that of Chris Wade. Doesn't want Chris to get too high. Let's see if he can go to that body lock, that body triangle with that leg position. And he's got to keep his shoulders aligned with that of Chris. Chris trying to hold on to that arm and blade his body where he can get out, and he does.
And Mavlid gives him a right hand for his troubles and gets right back on the legs for another takedown. Relentless from Mavlid Haibulaev.
And these are the kind of exchanges that really can take the wind out of your sails. You did everything you could to get back to your feet, and then you get clinched again and right back to your back. Great work there by Mavlid to take away any momentum that was created off of that escape from Chris Wade.
Nice job from Chris Wade with a guy on his back with both hooks in, getting his hips high, riding up. That's college wrestling 101. He fought the hands well, kept his hips in good position to be able to get out, and how disheartening to get put right back in that position.
And Mavlid's about to advance his position here. He's in a good position to either mount or get side control here. He might be just trying to lift that leg where he could just control Chris and make sure that he stays on his back here. Now moves again to the back.
Movleed's still searching for the finish. Neither of these guys have been finished in their mixed martial arts careers. And by the way, Chris Wade has been in there with some of the best in the business at 155 and now down at 145.
He's a tenacious competitor. There's nobody going to take that away from him.
No answer at the moment for the pressure and the grinding performance that Movleed Khaibulaev has put on here.
Oh, nice turn there by
Nice
Chris.
job by Chris. Oh, gonna try that guillotine. Pretty sweaty. Khaibulaev hangs onto the leg.
Unreal chain wrestling there. Even after the reverse, the escape from Chris Wade, Movleed concedes nothing and ends up in top position again. The 5th and final round when we return. Welcome back, fight fans, to the biggest night in mixed martial arts. 6 world championship belts will be contested tonight. This is the 3rd of those 6, a featherweight bout as the doctor looks at the cut on Chris Wade's eye. Movleed Khaibulaev in the green trunks, Chris Wade in the black and gray. Randy Couture, Sean O'Connell, and Kenny Florian here beside the PFL Smart Cage in a 5th and final round. Movleed Khaibulaev opens with a low kick. The fans once again give the 4th round to Movleed Khaibulaev, and the FPR favors him as well. That'll be 4 in a row for Movleed for those keeping score at home. Chris Wade's gonna need a finish here, fellas, and Movleed gets right under the strikes and goes back to what has worked for the first 4 rounds.
Yeah, there's got to be a little desperation in Chris. In Chris's corner now, he's got to have a finish. It's the only way he's going to get back into this and have a shot at this title. And that's going to take something pretty tremendous in this 5th round.
Excellent work once again from Movleed. Wade to the ground. Now Movleed on his back. We've got those 6 title fights I mentioned. There's also that special event featuring Clarissa Shields, the GOAT, 2-time Olympic boxing champion, 3-division professional boxing champion. Stepping into the Smart Cage tonight for her 2nd pro mixed martial arts bout. She's 1-0 so far. Her opponent also undefeated in her young career. That's coming up later here on ESPN2 and ESPN+. Movleed Khaibulaev looking to force his will one more round here. Chris Wade, 3 minutes and 30 seconds to make something happen.
Chris has done an amazing job of escaping some really difficult positions. It's just that Movleed has been able to follow up and put him right back to where he wants him. And
yeah,
Chris is a tough matchup here.
Psychologically, it just breaks you down when you do all of that work to stay out of trouble, to counter everything he's trying to do. You finally get back to your feet and just pulls your legs right back out from under you.
If only we had seen a Dagestani fighter with this kind of style before, we might know who to attribute that sort of thing to.
I wonder if we can, maybe come out of retirement and get these 2 in a cage together. I'd like to see who's settled that.
Movleed Khaibulaev fights like Khabib Nurmagomedov. He was trained by Abdulmanap Nurmagomedov. Chris Wade has fought against people from that same lineage. Islam Makhachev is on his resume already. That was a tough fight for Chris Wade. More of the same here in round 5. This pressure is just unreal.
Chris working on an arm lock here.
Crazy arm lock there.
Almost had it. He had it above the elbow, which was giving some problems to Movleed, but again, Movleed just countering everything Chris is throwing his way. And Movleed's just at a completely different level here, guys. Phenomenal grappler.
He forced Movleed to circle around to the other side to take the pressure off of his arm, but he stayed right in control, kept his hips on top, and did not lose position.
All night we've talked about the path people take to get to this PFL championship. 4 fights, in the space of 6 months. And the opponents that these individuals had to get through to earn their spot here for Chris Wade, we talked about Bubba Jenkins. He out-wrestled Bubba Jenkins to get here from the semifinals. Arman Ospinov in the second bout of the regular season, Chris's first knockout victory of his long and illustrious mixed martial arts career as he looks to try and isolate Movlid's leg. Maybe try a knee bar here. Movlid, to get here, fought a two-time champion and beat him in Lance Palmer. Brendan Loughnane, who had been on an absolute tear in the semifinal, Movlid gets past him. And now he's 1 minute away from a world championship, the first of his career.
And Chris trying to set up a knee bar here. He's got control of that bottom knee, which is not allowing Movlid to get back to his feet. He's got that leg trapped. And now he's going for the far one to try to attack a leg lock here. But now Movlid able to get that foot underneath the knee where he can come up on a leg drag. Awesome exchanges here. Just Movlid, again, always having an answer.
Wade trying to punch the toes out to relinquish that control so he can isolate Movlid's leg. Chris Wade, no quit in him. He's going to ride this out for the final 20 seconds. See if he can hyperextend the leg of Movlid Khaybulaev.
That's why I love calling this kinetic chess. That's exactly what you're seeing right there. One guy tries one thing, the other guy tries another. It's an amazing, amazing sport.
Movlid Khaybulaev pressures his way to a featherweight championship, barring any major surprises from the judges' scorecards, of course. Wade upset, understandably so. Movlid Khaybulaev imposes his will for 5 5-minute rounds. It looks relatively fresh for that matter. Cageonomics Stats Bundle presented by Geico tells the story. 8 takedowns in a championship bout. Sounds like a record to me. Time now for the Rich Energy replays. Randy, the wrestling here. Oof.
Yeah, amazing. Amazing grind by Movlid Khaybulaev, but he put some stank on every single one of those punches. Did a nice job of level changing, getting in on those legs. One after the other, just relentless pursuit and a grinding performance by Movlid Khaybulaev. Here he is with his back, digging into those thighs. And every time Chris would fight and find a way to get back up, Movlid would put him right back down. And the distraught Chris Wade, Movlid Khaybulaev trying to be a good sportsman there.
An understandably frustrated Chris Wade, who comes up just short of a title again. Let's take a look at the CarParts.com damage meter. You see Chris Wade, the cut on the head, the leg got beat up, the body shots while they were on the ground and against the cage. He wore quite a beating tonight. PFL's exclusive fighter performance rating is sponsored by Rich Energy, and FPR gave every round to Movlid Khaybulaev by pretty wide margins in each of those rounds. The takedowns, the significant strikes, the damage, the pressure. The Verdict Global Scorecard, tell you what, with fans, with Verdict, the fans get to be the judge. That's how the fans scored the fight. Our fans know what they're watching. All 5 rounds in favor of Movlid there. FPR and fans agree with Randy and Kenny. Will the judges feel the same way? For that, we go to Lillian Garcia with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges scored the bout 50-45 for your winner by unanimous decision and the 2021 PFL Featherweight World Champion, Movlid Khaybulaev.
Bubba Jenkins is 34 years of age, making him 2 years older than Brendan Loughnane. Loughnane is 1 inch taller. A 1 inch reach advantage favors Bubba Jenkins on the arms and 2 inches on the legs.
All right, let's check out the keys to victory for this very high-level mixed martial arts fight. For Brendan Loughnane, he needs to utilize long-range strikes, and he needs to be able to get back to his feet and get a strong start here against Bubba Jenkins. And for Bubba, he needs to be patient in this fight. He needs strong top position where he can control Brendan Loughnane. He needs to mix up his strikes.
Brian Miner is equipped with our ref cam. Brendan Loughnane in the green trunks. Bubba Jenkins in the black and gray. USA versus UK. $1 million on the line in the featherweight division. Bubba in the southpaw stance. Loughnane switching back and forth.
Bubba with a quick level change and entry.
And then the smile. It's like he was toying with him. Like, I see, I can get in there if I want to.
Brendan Loughnane showing a lot of the same footwork and stance switches that we saw in his semifinal against Chris Wade. That can be very confusing to deal with.
I don't think we'll see Bubba Jenkins switch stances as often as Chris Wade does, so we'll see if that affects how much Brendan Loughnane does it.
Well, it's going to be a little bit of a different problem, especially for a guy like Bubba Jenkins who likes to get that lead leg to set up his takedowns.
Exactly. Changes your takedown, what side your head's going to go on, and that can be a big problem for some guys.
Both men going to work on the low legs of the opponent here. Good head movement there from Brendan Loughnane as Jenkins threw a double jab and a 2.
Loughnane very quick with that jab. Both men trying to attack the lead legs. Bubba going very low. He says that was close.
It's close, the bad man says. Never short for showmanship.
None at all.
Nice right hook there by Bubba Jenkins.
Jumped into that right hook and then changed levels and in on the legs. See if he can finish now.
Big moment in the fight here. Can the former Division I national champion get Brendan Loughnane to the ground? Or has the Brit improved his wrestling enough to stay on his feet?
Loughnane in on that split stance so far. See if he can push down on that head of Bubba Jenkins or maybe hit a switch.
Really needed to hook a wizard in with that left arm and he just didn't do it. He's got great enough balance to stay up.
Yeah, and this is going to bode very well for Brendan Loughnane. It's going to give him some confidence and perhaps take away some of the confidence of Bubba Jenkins after this exchange. Jenkins with a nice re-attack here, Randy.
Yeah, the second effort takes a re-shot as Loughnane tries to get away and tries to change the angle. And now with a high single head inside. He's at the knee though, and that's a problem for finishing. He needs to be up at the hip.
Yeah, Brendan kind of using that leg as a frame right now. Let's see if he can limp leg out of it, but Bubba very smart to keep the back of Brendan Loughnane pressed up against the cage.
The right hand of Bubba Jenkins has snuck through just a couple of times with some effective, dirty boxing. You know anything about that, Randy?
Never heard of it.
High kick attempt misses there for Jenkins.
Brendan doing a great job, showing some excellent takedown defense so far. Both men continuing to pepper away at those lead legs.
Already a welt showing on the front of the shin on that lead leg for Bubba Jenkins. Loughnane goes after it again.
Yeah, he's throwing a twin. I don't know about a welt. That's huge. That's a big old bump.
And I think that lead leg kicks are taking its toll on Bubba a little bit. You're seeing him, he's not putting as much weight on that lead right leg.
That's going to make it harder for him when it comes to executing a takedown.
Yeah, he's feeling it. He's definitely not putting as much weight on that lead right leg, guys.
I mean, you can see he's got a calf muscle going out of the front of his shin here.
Yeah, it's already swollen up big time.
Big hematoma on the front of that shin, that lead leg of Bubba Jenkins. It's going to affect his mobility. You see he's changed stance now.
Oh, nice combination by Jenkins. And he smiles about it. He knows that landed solid. Final few seconds of this first round. The right hand to punctuate it. A little smile and a nod. A very interesting first round between Brendan Loughnane and Bubba Jenkins. Kenny, the replay.
Oh, just a fascinating round one here from both men. They had their shots. There's a beautiful right hook and entry on the takedown from Bubba Jenkins. That right hook definitely took Brendan Loughnane by surprise. Jenkins just so quick on that entry. Wasn't successful on the takedown, but for me, it's those calf kicks, those leg kicks, taking its toll on Bubba Jenkins. You also saw the right eye of Bubba Jenkins start to swell up as well. There's another beautiful right hook from the southpaw Bubba Jenkins, and a follow-up left hand that definitely caught Brendan Loughnane by surprise and stunned him. What a round.
Fighter performance rating. Loughnane got a 42, Bubba Jenkins got a 40.
Wow.
Very, very close margin. Brendan Loughnane, the Brit in the green trunks. Bubba Badman Jenkins, training in Vegas these days. He's in the gray. Maybe a little tiny cut on the bridge of Brendan Loughnane's nose as well from the late exchange in the first round. Good combo from Brendan.
That first jab that Bubba Jenkins threw hit Loughnane right on the nose and cut his nose open.
That right eye is swelling a little bit, Kenny, and we saw him have problems with it earlier in the season.
Yeah, that's right. Loughnane trying to take full advantage of that. And again, just especially tough when you get a guy who's switching stances all the time.
Moves his head so well, his feet move great. Oh, that was right on that shin.
Low kick to the calf and shin of Bubba Jenkins, and then a sharp jab behind it. Mixing things up. Good head movement there again from Brendan Loughnane.
Yeah, I mean, looking at Loughnane and how he circles so well away from that pressure. If you're a young fighter, he's definitely one guy you want to study. He does such a great job of diffusing that pressure and confusing his opponents.
Not just moving his feet, he's moving his head as well.
Yes.
And if you go back to the early part of Brendan Loughnane's season, he got hit hard by Ryoji Kudo. He got dropped by Kudo.
That's when we first saw him use any wrestling. He had to wrestle his way out of that fight.
His second regular season bout was close. He was a big favorite in that one.
Jenkins is now reaching with his punches because he can't put a whole lot of weight on that right leg. That right leg continues to swell.
Can't stand on that front leg. That's going to make it difficult for a whole bunch of things for him. And we're 2 rounds in.
Yeah.
Going to continue to beat that up.
Brendan Loughnane called Bubba Jenkins a 3-round fighter. He's going to try and turn him into a 3-round fighter by taking a leg away.
Oh, he's landing some nice little hammer fists as well.
Bubba trying to capture those hips. He's got him now. Look for the suplex. Loughnane repommeling. Nice job repommeling.
Great defense there by Brendan Loughnane halfway through round number 2. A little slip in the center of the cage.
And ready for a guy like Bubba Jenkins, you know, so much of his game, or any wrestler's game really, is getting that motion when you get in on those legs. And he can't drive off of that leg, it seems, anymore.
Absolutely. And then to have him counter those takedown attempts the way he is, there's a psychological letdown in there.
Yeah, totally. Oh, man, those things are hurting me every time he lands it. He's just going right on the shin. He doesn't even care where he hits. He just wants to hit that lead leg of Jenkins.
You know it's bad when you don't really hear the slap because it's a thudding impact. That's that deep tissue stuff, and there is massive swelling on the front of Bubba Jenkins' shin.
Yeah, and Loughnane did so much of his training in Thailand. You know those guys are kicking bags for hours every single day.
Bags with sand in them. They're hard. Man, that is a giant contusion. I'm not sure I've seen one that big.
Yeah, that's crazy.
There's Brendan Loughnane's family.
Brendan was saying he probably has over 100 people from the UK who came to watch him fight tonight.
Almost looks like he's wearing a shin guard.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is not normal.
Good left hand from Bubba. Just missed with the fall. Right. Oh!
Jab left hook, and that landed.
Brendan just fighting such a smart fight here. But Bubba Jenkins still dangerous, still fast. That right jab of Bubba Jenkins still pumping.
That's 2 straight rights by Brendan Loughnane.
And with that leg compromised, I wouldn't be surprised to see Brendan Loughnane maybe try to hit a takedown of his own as we go into the deeper round.
Cup check
there in the final 10 seconds or so.
Loughnane tried to teep just as Jenkins stepped in.
That corner. Hey, that corner right here.
Now this is actually interesting because you want to take as much time as possible as we see the replay on the cup check.
Right.
But you don't want to take too much time and let that leg tighten up even more.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And you think you'd want to be icing that in between rounds, but I don't think you'd ice that because it's going to stiffen up quick.
You ready to go? You got up to 5 minutes. You ready? Why don't you take a minute then? Let's fight. You got 5 minutes. You got 5. All right, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put you in this corner right here. Let's go.
Brendan Loughnane yelling at Bubba Jenkins, let's go.
Brendan, see that corner right there? Move out of it again. Stay right there. Stay there.
The final few seconds of this second round of the possible 5 in the Featherweight Championship. And now they're talking back and forth.
You ready? All right. Brendan, watch the cuff. Back up. Time in, 10 seconds. Fight.
Oh! Big body kick there from Brendan Loughnane. There's the bell for the second round. Here's some replays, Kenny.
Yeah, there's Loughnane and Jenkins trading jab there. Loughnane switches his stance, goes back to the southpaw stance. There's a beautiful right hand there from Loughnane. Beautiful jab for Bubba Jenkins. Loughnane misses with that return. You see the shin right there, my goodness. And again, people think, oh yeah, well you need to block. Well, those hurt too. And those shins are only gonna get more swollen. Loughnane though, starting to, and I agree with you, Randy, really take advantage of that compromised leg.
Straight to action here in the third round. Bubba Jenkins in the gray trunks, Brendan Loughnane in the green. Co-main event, the 5th of 6 title fights and $1 million on the line for both of these fighters. Take a listen inside Brendan Loughnane's red corner.
There you go, Bob.
Fast hands, Brendan. 1, 2. You can go to the body. Jab off first.
Then follow it up, Brendan.
Jab off and then kick.
Follow it up, bro.
He's missing now.
That was a solid shot by Bubba Jenkins right there.
Yeah, that was well timed.
One minute gone here in round number 3. Bubba got Brendan reacting to the feint and then snapped his head back with a jab. Bubba pressing the action here, having some success in round number 3. Nice combination there from Brendan Loughnane. Bubba lunging with the right hand.
And again, just the heart and determination for Bubba Jenkins to deal with that right leg, just being as compromised as it is.
Get back up, Buck.
He's hanging in there, and he's hanging in there very tough.
There's Dewey Cooper in the Jenkins corner.
There's almost a touch of desperation in Bubba Jenkins. He's letting his hands go way more in this round than he has. Changing his leads, being more elusive, level changes, making Brendan Loughnane guess a little.
Oh, and Loughnane attacking the other leg now because of Jenkins' stance switch. He's going to work on that other leg.
Oh.
Loughnane said he worked so hard, and his resting heart rate was at 30 for this camp. It was just ridiculous.
Yeah, that is insanely low.
Slick move there from Brendan Loughnane as he caught the kick and threw the right hand as he dropped it. But now Bubba Jenkins has landed 2 in a row.
Jenkins doing great work with that right hand. I tell you, whether it's the jab or the cross, whatever it is, that right hand doing a great work, whatever stance he's in.
There it is again. Back and forth they go. 2 minutes remain in the 3rd round. And Brendan Loughnane kept saying, Bubba's only a 3-round fighter. Will we see rounds 4 and 5 in this championship duel?
This has been a beautiful display of mixed martial arts skill from both men. You would have no idea that these guys were friendly for most of the season.
Bubba telegraphed that shot a little bit, but he's in deep. Kind of surprised Brendan's not using a whizzer to pull him up. But what he's been doing has been effective, so why change it now?
Yeah, and I think that might be the last of the attempt from Bubba Jenkins. He's just not able to push off of that leg.
But he does back Brendan up with a double jab.
And all that hard work that he's been putting in on his striking with Dewey Cooper is paying off.
Oh, man. Night and day difference.
Yeah.
Any of the other fights we've seen him in.
Because he would be a dead duck if he didn't have this striking on display right now.
Good combination there. Follows it up with that calf kick again, keeping Bubba Jenkins off balance. Brendan Loughnane continuing to attack the leg. Big combo.
Loughnane really finding his distance and range here against Bubba Jenkins. His confidence is increasing, and he's starting to increase the pressure.
He's just hampered the mobility of Bubba Jenkins so much now.
Oh, he's putting it on him now.
Big right hands.
Oh, beautiful body shot. That was nasty.
A couple of knees from Brendan Loughnane. Bubba Jenkins survived these final 20 seconds of the 3rd round.
Man, Jenkins is showing some serious heart here.
Unbelievable.
Looked like Loughnane may have stumbled off of his leg.
Tell you what, he's still explosive. That landed on the button.
He sure is.
A flurry to close it. 3 rounds down. Give me some more, please. Oh, man.
Wow. What a fight.
Saw about 3 minutes of Bubba having some success. Some good things happening, but then Brendan Loughnane late took over this round.
Yeah, he's starting to put the pressure on. He's been looking for the cracks. He's been looking for the vulnerabilities and weaknesses. And it seems like as we get into these championship rounds, guys, Loughnane is going to be stepping on the gas more and more. We've seen the increasing of pressure, the increasing of volume from Brendan Loughnane, and he's showing why he had that 30 beats per minute heart rate in preparation for this fight. Just crazy.
4th round. We're in the championship rounds now. $1 million on the line, 10 minutes potentially to decide it between Bubba Jenkins in the gray trunks and Brendan Loughnane in the green.
And we got to give kudos to the corner of Bubba Jenkins because they've done a great job of dealing with the swelling of that lead right leg on Jenkins. They've been monitoring it very well, putting ice in between rounds. managing the swelling the best that they can.
Absolutely, and swelling that, you can see it spread out.
Yep.
It's not as lumped up as big as it was.
He's still throwing it as a weapon. Bubba Jenkins is as tough as they come.
Imagine the pain he's dealing with right now. Put it in a box, put it to the side. Just keep moving forward.
He's eaten so many shots to that lead leg.
And now he switched his stance. Oh! Catches a kick, pursues a takedown here. Hammer fist from Loughnane will not concede anything in this wrestling. Limp legs and steps out, spins away again.
Loughnane's been going to the body with that front kick.
Yeah, he has. He's landed that teep many times in the first 3 rounds.
I'm wondering if he's setting up a high kick off of it.
Another nasty one to the low leg of Bubba's right.
Yeah, you see Jenkins starting to kind of try to parry that leg. His hands are dropping a little bit. And if Loughnane is on that, he's going to go upstairs with it last second, maybe with a question mark kick.
Good left hand there from Bubba Jenkins. Nice combination, finishes with a right hand for Loughnane. Cracks away at that low leg again.
And I think that's been the difference, just the volume from Brendan Loughnane, guys. You know, if Bubba lands 1 or 2, it's Loughnane landing 3 or 4.
That was a nice right on the chin. Oh, right hand. That hurt him bad.
Loughnane jumps on for the kill and pounds away with the right hand.
Oh, these are big right hands.
He lands a knee and that's it. Brendan Loughnane, 2022 PFL Featherweight Champion. 4th round TKO.
Start of the 4th round, low inside kick, right on that sore shin. And you watch what he does here. He'll throw that low kick and then follow it with good, solid, straight punches. This is all in the 4th round. Again, low inside kick, follows it with 2 punches. You're gonna see it repeatedly. Oh, nice straight punches, and that's the one that wobbled Bubba Jenkins. He follows it up, doesn't get too overexcited, comes right in, dropping the side, hitting the ground and pound. Bubba's trying to recover the knee, and the referee has seen enough.
What a performance. I mean, 2 warriors in there tonight. Just a nasty right hand.
Man, what a heart by Bubba Jenkins. There are a lot of guys that would not have made it out of that 2nd round.
100%.
Period.
100%.
Tonight is Brendan Lougnane's night, but Bubba Jenkins is an absolute warrior. Wearing that damage on the lead leg, continuing to throw it as a weapon, throwing kicks with a damaged leg.
Yeah, and something tells me this rivalry is not going to be over, guys. We may see these guys in there again. Just high-level mixed martial arts. These are 2 of the best featherweights in the world, in my opinion. Loughnane, just too good, though. Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes at 2 minutes and 38 seconds of round number 4. For your winner by TKO and your 2022 PFL Featherweight World Champion, Brendan Loughnane.
Tail the tape for this Featherweight Championship brought to you by the United States Air Force Reserve. Gabriel Braga, only 25 years old. Jesus Pinedo, still just 27. Pinedo is 2 inches taller. Both men weighed in at the limit of 145 pounds. The reach advantage on the arm favors the Peruvian. 40-inch measurement on both man's legs.
All right, my keys to victory for Braga, the Brazilian. It's all about his counter striking and how composed he could be throughout this fight. For Pinedo, he's at his best when he's bringing that forward pressure, when he's bringing that high pace. It's also going to get very interesting once we get into the championship rounds, because we have not seen Pinedo get tired.
5-minute rounds. The first fight was a treat.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Come on!
We are underway with Gabriel Braga in the green, Jesus Pinedo in the black and gray.
Braga starts out the fight with the leg kick. That was crucial early in their first fight this year. See if he goes right back to that calf. He's looking for it.
You wonder, Randy, how much it changes the calculus for both of these guys, because they fought hard in the first fight to a near draw, quite frankly. It was a razor-thin split decision, and that was 3 rounds. So you know you've got to fight, you've got to put in the work as Patricio Pitbull looks on. Bellator featherweight champion, maybe his future opponent for a PFL champ versus Bellator champ card is right here.
Yeah, this is one of those instances where the guy who won the first fight doesn't necessarily have the onus of figuring out what the changes were, because the fight was that close. It was that tough.
Pinedo trying to dial in that long left hand. High kick is blocked there by Gabriel Braga.
Pinedo picking up that lead leg, trying not to suffer any of those calf kicks.
Stalking flat-footed approach here for Gabriel Braga. Misses with the front kick to the face.
And this is how Braga was able to control the first round in their first fight. He was backing up Pinedo. Pinedo now trying to do less of backing up, trying to blitz here. That's when he's at his best, when he's bringing that forward pressure. Braga looking for those jabbing, that stabbing style kick down the middle. Nice right hand counter from Braga.
Threw that one moving backwards, which is something that you'll see him do. 1-2 sharp one there from Jesus Pinedo.
Yeah, his hooks are extremely dangerous. And that's also crucial for Pinedo. He doesn't just throw one strike. When he's throwing combinations, that's when he hurts you.
Tries a left hand to the body. Oh, right hand there from Gabriel Braga. Pinedo put his toughness on display many times already in his fight career. 27 years of age as he grabs the dirty boxing for the briefest of seconds, and already 30 pro fights.
And Braga is just constantly switching his stances. It's what makes him so tough to compete against early in fights. He always gets off to a great start because it's tough to get a handle on what he's doing and how he's doing it.
It keeps you confused every time he switches leads. You don't know what's coming, which side is coming from.
There, Jesus Pinedo countered the leg kick with another left hand. Still hasn't found a clean landing spot for it. And there's another blitz. Right hook landed over the left ear of Gabriel Braga.
And Pinedo starting to find his range now, guys.
Back to the low calf kick goes Gabriel Braga.
And Braga bleeding out of his nose a little bit.
Yeah, he took a couple of those hooks.
Yep.
Came right through the cover of Braga. Pinedo just wades in and lets him fly.
High kick glances off the right arm.
And Braga just stays in there, just keeps his hands up, stays very composed in that pocket. And that is a dangerous place to be against someone like Jesus Pinedo.
Braga so composed, even in these firefights, belying the level of experience. Obviously, he's been in the gym his whole life. Only this is 13th pro fight. Doesn't fight like anyone who's near being a beginner.
That chin of Pinedo is unbelievable.
It's crazy.
He takes the cleanest shots and just unfazed.
He sure does.
Well, one of the things that makes him so dangerous is just his disregard for what his opponents are capable of. We saw him take what Brendan Loughnane had to offer and just wade through it, land the big knee because of it.
Pinedo's got to be careful after he lands that combination. He drops his hands and keeps that chin up a little high, and Braga is very sharp with his counter striking. See if Braga takes advantage of it.
About the time everybody thought Pinedo was a fluke, he wades to the castle of Bubba Jenkins, and Bubba just had no answer for it. Couldn't stick with it.
Final few seconds. Braga tries to roll out of the control. Pinedo offers 2 from the top. 25 versus 27. That's the ages of Gabriel Braga in the green and Jesus Pinedo in the black and gray.
Well, this is why I was so excited to watch these guys go at it for a second time, picking up right where they left off. What a round one for both men.
Dan Hardy, how did you see round one?
I thought that was a really strong round for Pinedo. Of course, Braga is controlling the center with a nice calm guard, but there are shots getting through, and you can see Pinedo's staying mobile and not allowing his legs to be eaten up in the same way that he did. And you've got to think a busted nose for 25 minutes is going to affect Braga's breathing.
That's the third time that we've seen Jesus Pinedo attempt that high kick, and each time Braga blocks it with a single arm. That can also do a bunch of damage. We've seen broken forearms, broken wrists.
Yeah, that nightstick fracture is no joke. I've been on the wrong end of one of those.
There it is again from Pinedo. This time offers a right hand and a straight left behind it.
Pinedo staying much busier here, showing much better lateral movement as well.
Brett Okamoto is cage side with Patricio Pitbull.
Yeah, thank you, Sean. And this is a lot of fun tonight, right? We have the Bellator champions, some of them in the house watching these fights. And Patricio, welcome into the PFL. What have you thought about the event and then also this fight right now?
Thank you very much. I am very excited. Just here seeing who is going to be the champ, and I'm going to face him.
You are going to face the winner of this fight, yeah?
I believe so.
How do you feel about it if it's Braga, though? You two have a history together, do you not?
Yeah, his father is my friend. He's also my friend, but we are professional. We're going to make a great fight for everyone.
Is this, Patricio, how much do you welcome this new challenge of PFL versus Bellator, a little bit of a storyline here coming in? How much do you really enjoy that development?
All my life I was dream as a cross promotion, and now it's happened. I fought against the rising champion, I beat him. Now I'm going to beat the PFL champion.
I'll let you enjoy the rest of the fight. Thank you, Patricio.
Thanks, Brett. Thank you, Pitbull. Flurries here in the second round, halfway through. 2 of a possible 5. Featherweight championship, $1 million on the line as Gabriel Braga and Jesus Pinedo try and figure out which of these rising South American stars is the future of the PFL's featherweight division.
Much more footwork for Pinedo this time around. The circling, picking his times to enter, and when he enters, he lets 4 or 5 punches go, and then gets back out and starts circling again. He's not getting his legs chewed up with those low leg kicks, and you see the blood coming out of the nose and mouth of Gabriel Braga.
I'm so impressed with Braga's composure, even as he's watching combinations come toward him. It's just a subtle movement, and he's making Pinedo miss a lot. And of course, Pinedo is the more active striker here. If you miss a bunch of punches for 5 rounds, it can wear on the gas tank. No indication that that's going to be a problem for either man so far, though.
There he is doing that again, and just blocking a lot of those punches. And that can be very annoying. Punching elbows, punching the top of the head.
But even with that defensive success of Gabriel Braga on several combinations, look at the damage that's already showing. I mean, Jesus Pinedo is throwing so much, and he's still landing. Braga bleeding from both nostrils, a little mouse developing around his left eye. And Jesus Pinedo now moving around the outside of the smart cage, trying to lead this dance with his footwork.
It's hard to stop a nosebleed once it starts.
Nice flurry here from Pinedo.
Yeah, those are kind of skimming off the forearms and elbows, I feel, though. He's staying busy. He's landing little shots, but certainly would be landing a lot harder if those elbows weren't up.
The left hand landed there at the finish for Pinedo, and Braga says, I'll take your leg out from under you. Now switching the stances, Jesus Pinedo's got to protect those calves.
Yeah, he's attacking the other leg now, is Braga. Pinedo, though, still staying busy, and like Randy said, he's moving much better. Now going for a knee, which is smart to do against the shell.
Yeah, come up the middle, split that shell, and land that big knee. And he's long enough to do that.
Yes. Ooh,
big
nice body kick, yeah.
Incredibly technical striking battle so far. I haven't seen a takedown attempt yet. Good scooping uppercut from Pinedo. Final few seconds of round number 2. Round 3 to come.
Well, here's a nice combination. There's a knee upstairs, just kind of misses. Nice left hook that lands right on the nose again of Braga.
Gabriel Braga in the green, Jesus Pinedo in the gray. Round 3 begins. Dan Hardy, how have you scored rounds 1 and 2?
I think this has been a fascinating match, and even though Pinedo is able to move and stay off that lead leg, stay the damage off the lead leg, we're still starting to see some bruising now, and I do feel like Braga is going to have to start picking his pace up. I have Pinedo winning on all the scorecards right now. I feel like he's done great work. I feel like he's done damage that's mattered, even though he's not controlling the center. I feel like he's walking Braga onto stuff. For me, Braga's got to win these next 3 rounds.
Nasty left hand and a switch knee. Braga shelling up.
He's in
Pinedo flurrying and it's waved off. What?
Wow.
Pinedo will be the first Peruvian champion in the major world of mixed martial arts. There's the left that started it.
Yeah, just a beautiful shovel hook. Got on the inside of Braga's right hook. It was just a shorter shot to the face, and that's why it landed first. Pinedo, just a massive featherweight. There's that flying knee we were talking about, Randy.
Yep.
Split that guard, split that shell of Braga, and that flurry kind of dipping down the knees of Braga. Boom, there's that knee that started it. There's that flurry. Fernando Yamasaki jumps into the middle. Braga not happy about it. He was certainly in trouble. But again, you don't want to take away from what Pinedo did here tonight. What a performance.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Fernando Yamasaki calls a halt to the action at 58 seconds of round number 3, declaring your winner via TKO. And 2023 PFL Featherweight World Champion, Jesus Pinedo!
Brendan Loughnane, 34. Seymour Hisreeve, 28. Loughnane is an inch taller. Both men weighed in at exactly the same poundage. And Loughnane with the longer reach.
Keys to victory for our main event. For Loughnane, smash the calf is what he does best. Busy feints, he's got to get Hisreeve biting on some things and safe wrestling scrambles. He's got to assume at some point he's going to get taken down. He's got to get back to his feet without giving his back. For Hisreeve, pressure with kicks, shooting under the punches of Brendan Loughnane will make that wrestling easier. And then once he's got his hands on him, wrestling to the back where he's got best control.
Both of you have been given your instructions. Touch gloves if you like. Let's fight.
Man, I've been excited for this fight for a while now.
There's Hisreeve in the black trunks. Brendan Loughnane wearing white tonight in our main event. Keith Peterson draws the duty for your main event. Our final bout here in Riyadh at King Saud University Arena. $1 million on the line.
It's going to be interesting to see how Brendan deals with pressuring without giving up takedowns. That was a good calf kick by Hisreeve to start off with. Take away the footwork of Brendan would be the smart thing to do. Nice stab to the midsection as well with that rear leg. Can't underestimate the kicking game of Hisreeve. It's very unpredictable and very fast.
Well, the game plan against Brendan Loughnane, long established as being take him down, take him off his feet. Easier said than done because of his speed, and Hisreeve, I think, can actually match Loughnane in the quickness. So far, he's had success in the striking.
interesting now. A couple of times Hisri's pushed forward with a hard double jab and Loughnan's moved back in a straight line.
Exactly.
I wonder if Hisri is trying to test to see which direction he's going to go.
Really throw anything. Getting his reads. A minute plus into this fight. Hisri the aggressor.
I think as Brendan knows full well, as soon as he steps hard with a shot, he's going to be dealing with a takedown.
Inside kick from Loughnane. Push kicks to the face.
I think you saw Dakota do that. I think he thought to himself, I want to go.
A little inspiration from his friend. Back kick there from Hisri.
And there's so much more freedom as well when you're a great wrestler. When you know that you're the one with... Oh!
Real kick misses. Hisri goes right underneath it. And now the takedown into the guard of Brendan Loughnane.
That was just about to... the point I was about to make. The difference between the two of them is Hisri can throw those techniques knowing that Brendan is not going to take him down. The risk for Brendan is as soon as he turns his back, Hisri is going to close in on him.
3 minutes to work from the top of Hisri. Embracing the new PFL rule set that allows elbows here in reality.
Good control here by Hisri, driving forward, not sitting back on his heels in guard, making it easier for Brendan to create space. He's driving forward, dropping some elbows.
Hisri steered Brendan away from the fence too. That fence might have been an aid to help Brendan get some elevation and find some way out from underneath Hisri. Just like this. Walk up that fence.
Brendan must have spent hours in this position preparing for this fight. He must have expected all of these positions, but whether he can stop it is a different thing. Beautiful, look at that. As Brendan turns direction, Hisri slides that hook in on the near side. Double bind on the leg now. And wrist control across the body. That's an awkward position to be caught in. Brendan's got to free that left hand, and then he's got to free his right leg.
This is the book.
Nice intense hook by Hisri to put Brendan back down, but Brendan's not going to concede it. He's going to fight back up.
Hisri wrestling and re-wrestling here, taking that left leg away from Brendan.
There's the leg irons.
Look at that, he just hits the hips out, put Brendan's back flat on the mat again.
Oh, big elbow there.
Yeah, that was a big elbow.
Fortunately, Brendan's nose is already kind of flat. And 12-6 from the guard, look at this.
That fresh weapons available to every fighter under the unified rules.
I think Hisri's taking a moment to breathe here. Comfortably win this round with his takedown and with his control. 30 seconds left and 20 minutes to go. Smothers the mouth.
Yeah, covering the mouth technique. Mo Smith, he was the first one I ever saw do that.
Is that right? Maurice Smith, was that from guard bottom?
Yeah.
Yes, I remember that.
Timur Hisri hammering away from the top position. Loughnane trying to tie him up. And that's how we finish round one.
There's the spin kick from Brendan that left him available for that takedown. He tries to create space, but straight away Hisri's on him. There it is again. Swings. Big, maybe unnecessary, I would have to say, that kick. I think because he was able to maintain space all the way through the fight, I think he just felt like he could roll the dice on that one, especially because Hisri had just tried it as well, you know, like kind of one-up him.
Round two set to begin here. Brendan Loughnane in white. Timur Hisri in black. Sean O'Connell ready to control Dan Hardy cage side for the PFL World Championships. This is our main event for a featherweight title.
And that might be the wake-up call that Brendan needed, that spinning back kick. Maybe a little too overzealous. But the problem now is his Reed knows if he gets Brendan on the floor, he's going to be able to keep him there. There's that double jab again from his Reed. Brendan with his twitchy feints always looks like he's about to move. Goes for the calf kick. His Reed pulls his leg out the way. Feints for a takedown.
Right to the midsection from Timur Hizreev. Lockney tries a head kick.
Slick one fake, he reaches down for the switch to an uppercut. Brendan's being smart here, but I think that really hurts him, that uppercut. I think just for a moment, it froze him for a second. He's going to be really cautious of that uppercut now because, of course, he's got to expect that dip from Hizreev every time he shoots a takedown. But now he's got to wonder whether he's going to come up that center channel with the uppercut, and now he's dipping his head again like he did against Pinedo. Got to be careful.
He posed when he did that. He left his hand out there.
Smart work from Hizreev already. Pushes with the jab again. Postures the uppercut.
He's got Lockney flinching and reacting to nearly everything. And I think Lockney might be surprised by the speed on Timur Hizreev as he eats another jab.
Yeah, not only is he quick, but he changes his angles very well. Little pivot on the lead foot. Beautiful jab, right on the nose. You can see it bloodied the bridge of the nose of Brendan.
Not sure Brendan's in the fight till he's bleeding out of his nose.
Literally. Trying to get the rear knee, Brendan there. Expected the level change, just avoided that body shot from Hizreev.
Hizreev hunting a big hook to the body, goes overhead right.
That was a good shot right hand as well. There's so many different things going on in front of Brendan right now. You have to try and see the fight from his perspective. Hizreev's got so much variety. Brendan's really struggling to read what's coming next. Pushes with the jab again. Looks like Brendan tried to come over the top with the right hand then. Didn't quite find the target, but that blood on the nose is getting worse.
And the right hand landed again, so did the jab for Timur Hizreev. This is as good as we've seen Hizreev on the feet. Another combination land.
He's just really got Brendan guessing. Is he going to shoot? Is he changing levels? He's throwing off those level changes.
There's a good stiff jab from Brendan Lockney.
You can see why Hizreev's unbeaten. No matter what he's up against, he can adapt his game to deal with somebody different.
Exchange of jabs there. Hizreev's spreading the blood across the front of Brendan Lockney's face. Right hand up the forehead. Back to the jab goes Hizreev. Tried to sneak under the armpit. Good hand movement on the jab. Partial land on the right hand. Brendan Lockney back to the jab.
Brendan looks like he's struggling a bit with his right leg. It doesn't seem to be moving correctly. And as he's moving forward to try and punch, it's not moving as it normally does. Oh!
Nice shot. That stung Hizreev.
Hizreev offers a hand up to his corner as if to say, I'm fine. Check hook, I think it was, from Brendan Lockney. We'll await the replays between rounds if we get there. 30 seconds left in round two. Mouthpiece for Lockney comes out.
Blow on it, put it back in. Let's go. That was a good jab, but he got caught with the right hand. He's got to be cautious, lunging in too far.
Double jab from Hizreev. Pace somehow quickening here after a furious start. A bloodied former champion, Brendan Lockney, goes back to the corner after round two.
Look at that. Feints for the inside leg and then spins to a body kick. Just so many different things that you're dealing with when you're facing his reach. Look at that. You can see Brendan thinks he's going for the single leg and comes up the center channel. Very clever work. And that jab almost goes out before his feet move. It's very, very interesting, the style of Hidri.
There's that weird motion in that replay for Brendan. Second down. Right leg, he's stuck up there.
It's not moving right, is it?
Try Element, scan the QR code or visit lmnt.com/PFL to claim your free sample pack.
Brendan's looked down at his knee a couple of times. He did it in the first round. I feel like that's when it happened. It was one of those times when Hidri pushed forward with the double jab. As Brendan stepped back onto his rear leg, I don't know whether he jarred the knee or something.
Takedown attempt from Hidri. Got down on the hips, forced Loughnane to turn, and now hugging the back.
Looked like Loughnane was heading into a switch, and Hidri changed it up and took his back, came up behind him.
Oh, knee! And now Loughnane is a grounded opponent. Knee is down on the mat.
He's got to be cautious. As soon as that knee comes up, though, he's going to be vulnerable again.
Brendan almost got in trouble for grabbing the fence there.
He had his fingers all the way through. 1 minute gone in round 3. Timur Hidri seeking his first $1 million PFL championship.
That was better takedown defense from Loughnane. Now he's bloodied on the side of his eye as well from that knee.
Heavy calf kick from Hidri. Trying to improve to 18-0 as a professional. Loughnane looking for his second PFL Featherweight championship. Eats a jab.
Brendan's hurt. Something's not right.
Yeah. That back leg's not moving properly. The other thing you have to consider as well, every time now he's taken down or he's scrambling, he's having to put weight through one limb, potentially when the other one's tangled up. Either that or Hidri's binding it to that leg did not move properly there.
He's not able to push off of it properly. And it's affected his game plan drastically. Brendan Loughnane is constantly in a typical fashion. He'll shift leads, he'll go to the opposite stance, he'll throw left hands from the back. Not able to do that with a compromised leg, it would appear.
I think it's the speed of his read that really caught Brendan Loughnane off guard.
There's a good stiff right hand after the jab. His read not paying it any mind. Halfway through round 3.
Brendan is going to be much better staying out in the open. When he gets stuck up against the fence, it takes away his retreat, which means that he's having to now figure out the attack of Hidri in a defensive manner. He can't move away from it. He has to predict whether he's going to be defending a shot or an uppercut, or there it is. Mouthguard comes out.
That scooping rear uppercut. There's a spinning back kick attempted again. Desperation showing potentially for Brendan Loughnane.
These cuts get any worse as well. I think we're going to see the doctor look at this. Let's go.
Peterson putting the piece back in for Brendan Loughnane. Timur Hidri.
Brendan trying to get his guard back.
Trying to get those feet down and create some space if you can.
Hidri's really driving him with his head as well. Smother in the mouth. Some more choppy elbows. Look how he's driving forward as well. Like he's not sitting back on his heels. He's very, very active in the guard, pushing forward.
Right hand inside, trying to move it. 1 minute, Brad. Come on, Brad. Let's go, Brad. That's all right, keep working there. Get some space.
Hidri across the shoulder. He's going to go back for hits and suck him out.
Chopping with those elbows.
Good work getting to this point now. That's impressive.
Straight away,
As we look inside the red corner, mouthpiece came out again.
Keep it in your mouth.
A lot of damage showing on the face of the 2022 Featherweight champion.
There it is. He's reaching for it, and the jab stung him first.
End of round 3. Shot the #1 fight short in the world this Black Friday. Get him to 7% off the entire set. He's getting shot tonight. Takedown official apparel partner of the PFL. 5 more minutes here in round number 4 of a potential 5. Right hand and the left landing for Timur Hizri. Good sharp inside leg kick from Brendan Loughnane. And a check hook after. Scooping uppercut with the left. Straight right from Timur. Right to the takedown.
So quick with that takedown.
So fast, very fast.
He's got one ankle trapped here. You can see him sitting on that leg, but Brendan's managed to free it, but then gets himself dragged away from the fence one more time. He's trying to build up. His reach circles to the back. Brendan posted on the knee. Oh, he's pushing his luck with these fence grabs. Brendan knows that Hizri wants to get those hooks in. He's really trying to keep his elbows close to his thighs, so the kitchen's closed. I'm going to use that as much as I can. I love it.
Hizri tried an elbow over the top. His Loughnane climbed back to his feet. Another jab. Hizri just doesn't make mistakes. The right leg of Brendan Loughnane seems to maybe get worse as this fight progresses.
I wonder whether it's his knee. There's certainly something that not right about. I mean, he's barely switched his stance as well. Tries with the right hand there, gets countered with the jab. He's lingering a little bit too long on that jab. He's throwing a single jab, and Hizri is now starting to read the timing.
And he's dragging it back. He's not snapping it back to his face.
Staying heavy on his lead foot, maybe again due to whatever's going on with his back leg.
Straight back to his feet.
Round and a half to go. If this gets to the 5th round now, Brendan Loughnane, I'm throwing it all on the table. I'm just going to get into range and start scrapping.
Drag him into a slump post.
He's trying to be a little bit too pretty right now. Unfortunately, he doesn't have the movement this time around. He's got to drop these kicks as well because Hizri is punishing him for it.
That hook landed. It was the forearm that landed on the side of Brendan Loughnane's head that froze the feet just for a second. Hizri, he missed the last time he threw, but he loves this feint with the lead hand and then throw that rear hand uppercut. He's had some success with it.
It looks like he's reaching for a single, and as you start to bring your hands down to sprawl, he rips that right up the middle.
It's a high-risk technique throwing that from out of distance. Right hand might have done some damage there for Loughnane.
There's that dip again. See, whenever Hizri dips and there's space behind Brendan, he moves away. But as soon as his back's up against the fence, he has to figure out what's coming. He has to make a call and put his defensive motion in place. And this is where Hizri can really throw you off.
stun.
Maybe realizing his offensive weapons are limited, just going with what works.
30 seconds left in the fourth round.
Part of the reason that he's undefeated at this point in his career is he just fights mistake-free. He doesn't get outside of the system. He doesn't get outside of what he's good at. Attacks that lead leg again.
And really good head movement as well.
Those are stiff jabs and lock name. You could make an argument that this was Lochnane's best round. Even as he ate a couple, he did land some right hands.
Let's go!
Lochnane's still very much in it. If you want to get him out of there, you have to put him away. One round to make something happen.
If he was able to finish this fight in this fifth round, it would be an incredible story. But his reef, he looks fresh, he looks uninjured, and he's got 4.5 minutes standing between him and $1 million. And you've got to think, in his reef's mind, if he scores one more big takedown, that may be the fight sealed for him. And it would certainly be the safest place for him on the ground. Minimize risk. Lovely right hand from his reef, just across the chin.
Good jab from Lochnane in response. Boxing it out, the center of the smart cage. His reef held back on one of those uppercuts. Good right hand again.
Sharp right hand.
There's the uppercut.
Beautiful
time. Retreats.
Really is clever work. Still trying to land that jab. He comes back with the counter right, but it skims over the top of his reef's head.
Well timed by Timo Hizreev. Lochnane says, give me some more. You cannot question the grit of the Mancunian, Brendan Lochnane. 3 minutes remaining in this main event featherweight world title fight. $1 million awaits the winners. And the biggest night of mixed martial arts here in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. King Saud University in Riyadh hosting our 2024 championship.
Half a round to go. The corner team of Lochnane are calling him forward. It's now or never. Hizreev is cruising. Beautiful takedown. What timing.
Stepped in around that lead ankle and tripped him back.
There's got to be urgency here from Lochnane.
Tries to kick up. Strong in pursuit of this takedown. Hizreev wants to finish this one on the back.
Trying to build his legs up underneath him to try and spring back to his feet, but Hizreev's wise to it.
Hizreev's trying to pull his hips out, laying flat on his back.
Push down, put the hands, use your elbows.
That figure four on the leg, now he's done a crossbody.
Fight the hands, get the elbows in, yes,
90 seconds left to make something happen for Brendan Lochnane. I'd expect another takedown attempt here from Hizreev.
Time to start throwing combos here if I'm Lochnane, that's better. Hooks and uppercuts, he needs to get in close range. Can't play this jab game anymore, it's not been working all the way through the fight.
minutes away.
He missed with a big right hand that put Hisri behind him. Did a nice job of fighting hands to not get taken down and controlled.
Low calf kick misses there for Lockman. Overhand right for Hisri. Oh, good long left from Brendan Lockman. Outfought Brendan Lockman largely on the feet in this fight is a major statement to his ability and a major reason why he, barring any major surprises, will remain undefeated and be crowned featherweight champion in 2024.
Great timing on that takedown. I mean, really, just such a consummate performance from Timur Hisri. A really well-rounded mixed martial arts game. He utilized every single part of it as well. And fair play to Brendan. I mean, the gas tank never let him down, but the back leg potentially did. I'd be interested to know what's going on with that.
Yeah, there was definitely something, a hitch in his get along there. I don't know what happened, but.
And now, having gone the distance for the first time tonight, we go to your three judges at cage side. Your first judge, Ahmed Zaki, scores it 50-45, while judges Tali Pleston and Mark Collette both see it the same, 49-46. Both have it for the winner by unanimous decision. Now the 2024 $1 million PFL Featherweight World Champion, still undefeated Timur Hisri.
18-0 now as a pro, $1 million winner, and Timur Hisri. If you want to beat that guy, you better get it done quickly because he just pulls away with that pace.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Francis Ngannou. Subscribe now to the PFL MMA YouTube channel.